There's no one in the block list, love. There's not Corella or anyone in there.
Oh, that's shame. Did you unblock them, Queenie?
Oh, thank you, guys. I feel like this song brings us all together as a little community on it. It's lovely, isn't it?
I love it. I'm not going to
That's
lie.
what it's about.
It's a brilliant track. Hey, all the drama. You all right, love?
Nearly done, guys.
Have you seen Jim Neely?
Oh, thank you, darling. Welcome in, everyone. All I ask for is some likes and shares, because the likes is what protects the live throughout the evening.
Yeah, tap to 10k and we should be fine after that, hopefully.
That's it. Thank you, Claire. Everyone, I have got an important announcement on Neo Anderson, aka Thomas Anderson, and this little creature on the screen, Ross Valance. Just know, pal, tonight it's your turn. Thank you, Claire.
Thank you, Claire, love. Hi, Kirsty, darling. Vimto.
Yeah.
Oh, I can barely hear you, love. Talking through a plastic cup. Oh,
Right.
no, I was just saying, I'm not going to say too much on here, but was you watching a certain somebody?
Oh,
Just.
I was.
Yeah. I know.
I seen it acting very cocky and confident because it's got its little surroundings, but all day it's been hid under a rock. And now, what I've just seen is a little setup. I seen her passport. No, that's just not going to wash with us, right?
No.
I said it last night. She's a big girl. Pull them big girl knickers up. She can come on here and prove her own point. She don't need to be hiding behind people.
And we all know she doesn't have a passport because she was created in a lab.
Or 96 people found you guilty.
So, guys, before I open up the boxes for everyone else this evening, you all know for 19 months I've spent a lot of time exposing Rangi. By the way, he's on right now, guys. Rangi LCS News. Liars, criminals, and storytellers. Hi, Lily, darling. So, within this guy in this organisation, LCS News, Rangi's got himself a load of minions that are usually looking like these Timu versions of Billy Mitchells, Phil Mitchells, Grant Mitchells. Do you all get about the streets thinking the Billy Big Spuds? They're all like Tommy Robinson groups, but the worst thing is, some of these Tommy Robinson groups, let's face it, half of them have got court orders. They can't see their own kids. Most of them are DV perpetrators themselves. And some of them are actually convicted rapists themselves. Yet today, what they do, because they've got serious issues in the world, and some of them, it does come down to race and religion, unfortunately, and they will go out their way to make some people's lives a misery. And what you will see is these type of people here on the screen coming together, reading out, we're from England and all of this, but do they really respect our country themselves to say they're from here? No, they don't.
Absolutely not.
Exactly. And this is why I have to literally, say this out loud. This ain't about race and religion. And I'm sick of these people going around thinking that they can go and ruin the streets in protests and whatever, claiming, these are racism and they are within the Tommy Robinson groups. These are perpetrators themselves. And this is what some people need to realise on here. So, there's a lot of horrible comments right now. And, well, Baby Bell, you'll all know, we was in a live the other day saying horrible things like, put them back. And I don't like things like that, because the way I see it, right, if this country didn't have, multicultural people, that means we've still got to deal with these perpetrators, right or wrong.
Michelle,
Why
is,
no?
is that actually Neo Anderson or is that the other
No,
guy?
this is Ross. We're going to start with Ross first, then we're going to go into
Right.
Neo Anderson.
Thank
But
you, love.
you know, these guys exist in all different shapes and sizes, all different races and religions. It's not just one. And I'm sick to the back teeth of people thinking they can go on, come on here and start targeting certain races. I don't like that shit. So we're going to put an end to that tonight, especially in my vicinity, because the people I'm exposing, well, you can clearly see on the screen, they look like Billy Mitchell. This is Ross Peters Valance. This guy goes by the name of Brains and Business Rewired. And I don't know why, because this guy clearly hasn't got any brains at all. Because if he did have brains, I wouldn't be able to obtain the information that I have got on this creature. So 8 months ago, I come across this fella in Rangi's live. He was chatting about the government, how corrupt they are, and it's always the same old, same old. Now, this guy has gone from selling mushrooms, yeah, like herbal remedies and tablets and herbal remedies within the tablets, and being some sort of wellness coach, to now becoming a marketer, which you can tell he does a lot of marketing just within his website, which I'm going to go into in a minute. However, on his website, he's taking donations for 4 lots of things, including LCS News, Rangi. Then to top it off, this guy's been taking pictures outside churches, haven't you, Ross? I mean, you've still got your opportunity to come in here tonight, Ross. I've called you. You told me to ring back another time. I've tried to ring you. You blocked me. Now you've got the opportunity to come in here this evening and discuss your credentials and whatnot and what your involvement is within LCS News. So this guy has been taking pictures of churches around the streets of London. Now, I was born in London, and I know it doesn't sound like it because I was brought up in Manchester. However, I know from living in London myself how rough it is and how many homeless people are on them streets. But I do also know there's lots of things in London that help the homeless. So when I come across this guy, he's gone from selling the mushroom capsules and stuff to now setting up projects. He's wanting to help the homeless. Please donate everything you've got. You know, whether you've got some blankets, food items, money, please donate. But he'd use a picture of a church. That is manipulation at its finest, and that's pulling at your heartstrings. And then he'll randomly take pictures of men asleep outside these doorways and upload them onto his profile. Then he's banging on again. He needs donations. Now, one thing I've not seen this man do once is give out anything to the homeless. Not, I always say this as well, you shouldn't really film shit like that, but he could still at least, you know, bring up a certificate of notification that he has donated to a cause. Or, you know, if you do run these charities, you would have credentials to back yourself with this. You would have transactions. You'd have a certificate to say that you give in and donated, for example, £5,000 on the 5th of July, 1990 flipping 2. You know, it would be there. You would have it certified. So either way, you still can actually prove yourself that you have done right for the community. But not this one. He's gone from then wanting to help the homeless to now setting up a youth project. Please share this bit, guys. A youth project within karate. I mean, he looks like a flipping pepperami. In reality, who's this guy teaching how to fight? Yeah, certainly not.
Turtle.
Nah, it just does not look like a fighter. However, he's coming on here asking for teachers. Anyone can apply, because now he needs a studio. He needs some professionals to give up their time to come and help some of these youth off the streets. Then we go on to another project that he's trying to build. The other project is Youth Music Project. I mean, I can't imagine this guy spitting any lyrics, yeah, apart from his teeth out of his gob. And I can just, it looks like he stinks like rollies or something, do you know what I mean? And BR, sausage rolls, I can smell it through the screen. Like, literally, this guy ain't got nothing musicy about him, so I don't even know why he's trying to promote that either. And then what makes me laugh, he's trying to get, please buy me a coffee. You know all those buy me a coffee things? Well, he's attached 4 different buy me a coffees. And then within this portfolio, he's then got LCS News. So the worst part is yet to come. He's now trying to set up a Defenders app of childhood. What does that mean? Well, what he's trying to do is get information of victims of children and adults, women. Not only is he working in line with LCS News, but now he's trying to create an app where women and children will have access to apparently the response teams. That this is what they're calling themselves, rapid response teams. Now, for the women, well, I'm going to show you in a minute actually how it's been promoted, because for the women, they've got certain things on an app. But for the children, there's an emergency button for the children on an app. And what's going to happen when you press this emergency button, this creature here, this Pepper Army on the screen, is going to come running with Rangi, with Thomas Anderson, and the rest of them with a Scooby-Doo mystery van, right? And apparently they're going to be rapid response. These lot are going to come and help these children. No. This man on the screen, his boss, Rangi, went into a police station and admitted to shipping a whole load of kids out. Do you see where we're going with this? So we've got main man, Rangi. We've got all these other minions now that are basically getting involved with the LCS News. Some of them are doing the marketing, which is this creature on the screen. He's also promoting a new app that apparently they're building themselves. For all we know, that could have spyware, software in there, anything like that. They're wanting to record you. Then it'll go back to, obviously, the main man himself, Rangi. So I've reached out to this guy wanting to know, what is this Defenders project about? Well, apparently he's going around arresting all these predators. Now, funny enough, me and Vimto, especially Vimto, she knows the stinging community very, very well. And they've never, ever heard of the Defenders of Childhood. It's just something this creature has made up so he can literally come on here and go, guys, we're doing a good cause. Please donate me some money because I'm here to protect our children. Hang on, this guy ain't even got a child in his care. So what does he mean, protect the children? What children is this protecting? Do we really need something that looks like this to come and protect our children? Because I'm telling you now, I certainly don't need someone like that protecting our kids. So you think then, well, what's going on here? So you look a little bit closer into this shit, right? Then is the freaking worst part. He's got a website that actually replicates LCS News. And LCS News is copy and pasted. Everything you got on BBC and Sky News has just been plastered onto LCS News. And they want you to believe, once again, it's all about the government being corrupt. Well, we know there's corruptness everywhere, but right now, I think these systems are more lazy at the minute. Because, you know, it weren't that long ago I was crying to a social worker begging for help. And you know what they said to me? Sorry, Michelle, but you get everything under control. Yeah, like, hang on, I've got people online telling me that they're taking kids. What's going on here? Do you get my point now? Yeah, we've got scaremongering going on. And as I said earlier, these guys are all perpetrators themselves. Now, I'm going to show you something about this guy here and what I've actually been looking into for the last few months. So give me a minute, guys, because you know what I'm like with technology. Just need a little bit of patience. I just need to get the account up. 1 second. So the account name is Brain and Business Rewired, right? So let me just take this filter off here. Here we go, here it is. That's what the account looks like. There he is. He looks like some sort of guru, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's just sat there like, oh, come to me. I missed it, Meg. Well, not today, love. Not on my watch. So I'm going to show you. These are the sort of things that he's basically put on his profile. This is the childhood defender thing. So that is the logo for this app. They're trying to create a C-block frontline security for your children, online safety from grooming, right? From grooming. Like, I just don't understand what these creatures online can do, what the police and other people and parents can't do. So as you can see, there's a lot of things here. You've got join Scatter Guardians. There we go. Join Scatter Guardians and protect vulnerable families against systemic kidnap. So, once again, kidnap. That's a bit of a harsh phrase, isn't it, to use? Like, we have actually got real children that have been kidnapped, and yet these are a group of men that are fighting against police and social workers and accusing them of kidnap. Well, can I just explain why that is before we go any further? Because a lot of you don't sometimes understand this, but some men, when they faced injustice, whether it's been with an ex-wife, an ex-partner, you know, whatever, and the system haven't listened to them, and maybe they have been treated unfairly, but they've also committed a crime, and some of them just don't like to admit to stuff like that, and they want to believe that they're basically in denial full time. In the end, things can get the better of them and they start to become obsessed against services. So if we look at Rangi's situation, he went and put targets on social workers' backs. He's now got an ASBO. He's not allowed within so many meters of a social worker's building. So how the hell in reality is he actually managing to get into social services buildings in the first place and defend these parents? It doesn't add up. Certainly doesn't make sense. Only I know the truth, but I can only let so much out on here, guys. So what they're doing, they're using, you know, these causes, because it goes from homelessness to now let's safeguard children. Well, all of us are going to come together on here. Thank you, Maxine. All of us, thank you, Joe. We're all going to come together on here with these causes. And this is how these people gain funds, because they're pulling at your heartstrings. This is how they, you know, basically get the information out of you, because now you're sharing sensitive stuff and you're going through things with the system. They want people like you to go along and speak up, so now they've got something against you and to use on you. Now, I'm just going to show you a little bit more of this profile, and then we're going to go onto his actual website. So here we go. LCS News is promoting it, and that was on the 1st of the 5th this year. So before that, there wasn't really much about LCS News.
Children's charities and message to teachers and the education system, to the educators and administrators who hold such a critical role in shaping the lives of children. Your actions, or lack thereof. Message to social workers, to those entrusted with the care and protection of children. Your failure is monumental. Message to the police and justice system, to the gatekeepers of justice. Your silence and inaction have become deafening. Demand for justice. Protecting innocence. A plea to raise the age of consent for our children's future. Contact Ross at Defenders of Childhood on Facebook.
So did you hear that? Contact Ross. Let's just listen to that bit again, right? Because this is now where I'm simply saying, nope, not happening.
Or Brain and Business Rewired on TikTok to get a copy of this letter to send to all relevant. Demand for justice future. Contact Ross at Defenders of Childhood on Facebook. Or Brain and Business Rewired on TikTok to get a copy of this letter.
So Ross is this fella here. I'm going to show you now. Oh, that's what he used to do. He's gone from selling herbal remedies to now he cares about children, wants to protect our children from the government, all of this, yeah? Oh, look, there's one of his pictures. You can help by donating time, expertise, resources. Oh, and he didn't forget money at the end of that, did he? As you can all see. Follow the links below. Be part of a positive change. Oh, what's this? Please support the homeless by donating money, time, advice. Look, he's gone from selling herbal remedies to that. So because the business ain't working out, he just thinks now he can use charitable causes. Now I'm going to let you listen to this. Hang on. Wait until you hear this, guys, what comes out of his mouth. He's an absolute creature, I swear to God. And I've never known anything like it in my life. Listen to this.
Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you're all well. This is Russ from Brain and Business Rewired. So I've literally just come back from the staircase in Twickenham, which Simon Scribb owns, to pitch him for the in-house awakening project for the homeless. I've tried a million times to get in touch with him, but maybe, hopefully this time, he will see the video and appreciate the fact that I went down there and made the effort. But anyway, hopefully it'll get a little bit of traction. You know, I never want money for this project, just endorsement, man, you know, mention it, that's it. And so hopefully maybe the in-house awakening project for the homeless might get a mention to some people with a few bob and a big heart. And so we can only hope that we get that. But anyway, so
Yeah,
yes,
he got no open bob out, love.
I'd write a note. I still want to help you to rewire your brain, and so get in touch with me about that.
Don't get in touch with him, guys.
Of mushroom capsules.
No, we don't want your mushrooms either, mate. Keep them to yourself. Anyway, look, there's another one. Right?
If you're in West, the in-house awakening project.
Now wait until you listen to this then. Oh, honestly, guys. Don't worry, I'll get to the point in a minute with this, but I need you to just see how this guy is doing his little drifting ways online. Listen to this.
Hello, my name is Ross. I have a message for all of our military personnel around the world. For those of you who are actually standing up and protecting us, thanks so much. I know the Marines had a result out in Maui against FEMA. I'm really hoping that that's true. I hear the head of FEMA has been arrested. I'm not sure whether that's sacrifice or whether it's real or whatever. But the message to those who are fighting and saving children and stopping traffickers and all sorts of other stuff, thank you very much for doing that. Now, for all of you who are fighting against us, all of you that are in countries where you really should not be, fighting a fake enemy that your evil masters created for you and told you these guys are the enemy, these guys are it's the same thing they've been doing for hundreds of years. You know, you could be sitting in your house and all of a sudden General turns up and says, oh, you know what, we've got a new enemy. You don't know these people from fucking Adam, but you go on blind orders and you go and absolutely just devastate their fucking lives. So you need to, this is a message for you to come home, okay? We have got armies being built in our country by our government that are going to fight against us, and we need our British army that we fucking pay for, okay? We pay for you guys. I know you've got all sorts of other funds coming from left, right, and centre and shady dealings and contracts to rebuild countries and stuff like that. But you need to get your asses home, guys, because we are at war here. We are at war at home. And the war is being waged against us by our own fucking government. So it's time for you to come home. And I know that at this point, you know, you can just shoot one of these fake enemies that have been created for you by your bosses and laugh your heads off at it because you're so desensitized to the fucking devastation you're causing around the world, so our governments can plunder resources and a game of chess.
Hi, my name is Russ, and I want to help you rewire your brain. I want to help you rewire your body and totally change your life for the best. Now, there are many steps to this, but they're very, very simple steps. You know, so long as you practice daily, within 6 weeks or less, you'll be a brand new person, and that's an absolute promise and a guarantee. I'm going to do this for you for absolutely free, okay? There is no upsell here. I'm not trying to sell you anything afterwards. This is just so you can help yourself and others around you and your family and your children to live a more positive life. I mean, we are in very, very negative times. And so, it's time to come together and show as much love for ourselves
and their lives instead of destroying lives. Because at the end of the day, like if you're out there, you're at risk. If they're out there, they're at risk. Okay? And the real perpetrators of all this shit, they're all sitting back and laughing because they're making billions upon billions upon billions upon billions because you're out on the street corner. You don't think of it like that. The real perpetrators are the ones that are making the real money on this. And these people are in places.
Let me just explain something to you guys. This creature who you've just seen with all these multiple things, right, that his personalities, the way he comes on here, 1 minute he's walking down the street and he don't even know what to say. Next minute he's sat at the desk thinking he's some Pablo Escobar talking about, kids on street corners. Well, I'm not being funny, but this guy has actually made a video and requested that all young people are to come forward and give in all their substance money into charity. But then you think logically and you think, hang on. So this guy wants all these young youths to come in off the streets, handing their money from rugs. And basically now these young lives are going to be put further in danger because of him. What he does in return is promising them new businesses. He's promising them all this help and support. He's going to rewire the brain and he's going to help them get a business. Now, as you can see, he's a bunch of beg on toast. And if he can't make money for his own charity causes or whatever, how is he going to set businesses up for these young people that are trying to come away from county lines and things? It just don't make sense. Now, I'm going to show you his actual website, right? Now watch this. So yeah, there's all his bullshit posts. Let's go on to his YouTube. And then we open the link. So here's his YouTube. It actually looks like a proper business, like a well-being, health stuff. But then goes from that to being bombarded with, well, as you can see, there's all his herbal remedies. So now let's protect the children. 8 months ago. 8 months ago, why is that important? Well, this guy come along 8 months ago and now all of a sudden he's well and truly deep within LCS News and I'm going to show you how. Give me a minute. Hopefully it should come up on this. Here we go. Here's his website. Now, what do we see wrong with this? Because I see a lot of things wrong with this. So at the minute, it looks like, packages here for cleaning kits or whatever, marketing assistance. He's promoting the page, so it looks like, proper marketing. Brain and business rewired. And then we've got cleaning businesses, right? Now we're going to go further down and watch this. This is what I don't get. There's all these cleaning businesses. Check that out. Oh, what's this? Oh, let's click on this. Yeah. Oh, it takes us to LCS News, Rangi's website. Now, they're very similar, very cheap and tatty looking, aren't they, these websites? You can tell they've just literally been thrown up. Not much effort's gone into them. There's a lot of copying and pasting. We've already seen these news articles on Sky, BBC. Let me show you something, how Rangi operates while we're on his page, because apparently this is all banned on YouTube. This is banned on YouTube, but you can get it on YouTube and it's accessible in the UK, but it tells everyone it's not. I mean, come on now. 3 officers arrested. See, everything is about police officers. Yeah, does this look like a page that's here to protect women and kids? It looks like it's just about bashing professionals. Like, look, they've been done, so let's put them up. Oh, look, there's the man himself, Rangi. Now, let's see what they do, shall we? So, let's go on a bit here. How do we book a ticket? Let's have a look. Contact us. Oh, look at that. Hello, how can we help? Search for articles. Submit a ticket. View existing tickets. Subject access request template. Now, before we get into this, I'm just going to say ChatGPT, you can get any template you want off that. So you don't need to rely on these daft pages here that you're seeing. Oh, I love that, Paul. I freaking love it. 1 second, I'm going to put you into big box in a minute.
Just made it.
So basically, can see it, letter templates. Well, you can do all of this yourself off ChatGPT. You don't need these criminals online to be showing you this and that because it's just bullshit. Now, let's have a look at advice. What advice? Oh, no articles in this category. So if you're going to help people with social services and the cases, clearly you're going to put some categories of what advice you can help them with. Let me just get rid of that. So back to his page. 1 second, guys. Right, here we go. So we're back on his page. So as you can see, Rangi's page is nothing very special. You can get all of this yourself on Sky, BBC, ITV. If we go on to his news information, let's have a look what news he's done. Let's have a look. Oh, look, copy and pasted, shared from Talk TV, 5 women. So it's been shared from Talk TV, so it's not Rangi's work, is it? Cleveland Police. Was that Rangi's work? Of course not, because I actually watched that on BBC the other night. Choking being taught in schools. Well, as you can see, that is actually in the newspaper. That's not Rangi's storyline either. That was all over the news, including a new episode of 24 Hours, which is coming out. She's on that. So once again, not his news, not his work. How Biden and Harris lost 320,000 kids exposed in child trafficking. Once again, that's come from someone called Jack. That's definitely not Rangi's work. Police corruption and child abduction. See what I mean? Everything's just about the police, isn't it? And social workers, never their fault. Children left in limbo. Social worker who admits voyeurism. All these are copy and pasted. And I wish some people would realise that. But no. Some of you fall for the let's submit a ticket. And then once you've submitted your ticket and you've put in your personal information, your name, your date of birth, your child's name, what social services you're under, that's when all of this
That's how you know it's fraud, because they shouldn't need all of them details just for a ticket.
No, they shouldn't, and they shouldn't need buy me a coffees, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Scatter Guardians, check this out. Oh, look. Why do you want to become a Scatter Guardian? This is a volunteer application form. Put in your personal details, your phone number, your email. What do they need your date of birth for? Why do they need your address? Well, apparently, they do CRB checks. Now, that's not possible. They'll do enhanced DBSs, but they don't operate like that because we've already quizzed Rangi about DBSs. They don't do a DBS thing, and it costs them more money to obviously check applications. This man doesn't actually run a business, so he doesn't have the authority to run anything like this through. So I'm giving you heads up. This is a way of getting people's information by offering these so-called application forms just to obtain your personal details. Simple as that. So let's move on to the next thing. What else do we have? So we've got parents, SAR bundle, all these things. You can just get them off ChatGPT. Now look at this. Read this. I was in shock when I seen this. Hi, Ross from Brain and Business Rewired here. Both me and my sisters are survivors of abuse. I am one of the lucky ones. No, if you were both abused, none of yous are lucky, are yous? So we fucked up with that because that isn't really opening with a storyline for people to fall for this, well, fake charity here. I'm still here to tell my story and help others overcome their pasts. No, you're not. You're just there to chat shit, thinking you can rewire people's brains when you probably can't even rewire your fucking electric box, love. Do you know what I'm saying? So, I've spent years helping people overcome negative patterns and build resilience. But for many years, our challenge has been keeping me up at night, the online safety of women and children. So apparently it keeps him up at night. The online safety of women and children, it keeps our pepperoni Ross up all night. You don't get no sleep. I just find that a bit bizarre. This is a man, yeah, who hasn't in reality got any kids. I don't get it. The internet, while brimming with potential, remains a digital jungle. One harbouring unseen dangers for 1 minute, guys, my battery's low and stick on charge in a minute. Voices, especially women and children. Once again, there's no mention of men. Happens to men as well. That's where C Block, a revolutionary app, enters the scene, aiming to become a beacon of hope and powerful tool for reclaiming the tech for all. I'm writing to you to seek your invaluable partnership in building C Block. The online landscape threatens both women and children, not men, just women and children apparently. So they face harassment, abuse and silencing while children encounter cyberbullying, grooming and exposure to harmful content. Now, for women, you can have an AI powered guardian that scans interactions for suspicious language, abuse patterns and potential threats, providing real-time alerts to identify and avoid danger. You're also going to have a panic button and an emergency response. A single tap sends location alerts to trusted contacts and emergency services, ensuring immediate help in critical situations. Anonymous peer support network. Why would someone want someone anonymous to rescue them? Or someone anonymous to reach out to in a crisis? You want to know who you're working with. You want to know who's coming to help you. Not just reaching out to some stranger who could be, Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you know what I'm saying? People don't think like this. Digital footprint management. Take control of your online presence by managing privacy settings, removing harmful content, and monitoring your online reputation. So we also want to monitor your reputation online. For children, this is what children are going to be getting. Social media guardian, filters content, blocking out harmful pages, age and gap monitor. Now, why do they need to be, monitoring ages? Tracks online interactions in relation to a physical location, raising significant age. Look, do you see that? AI-powered threat detection analyzes textual and visual content, flagging suspicious language, imagery, and potential cyberbullying. Then a panic button and emergency response sends location to designated contacts and emergency services. Now, once again, these are strangers. Apparently, that's going to go out and save these children. And interactive learning modules. So basically, they're saying they want to communicate with children and learning things on this app. Now, that in itself is very, very fucking strange. So He's created a budget for the building of the app, but he's not overly sure of what he's doing. This is what he's put here. This is not about money for me. I live on a couch and I'm lucky to have that much. This is about protecting the most vulnerable in society. I would hope that any proceeds from it goes back to the programs that helped the abused, that help the predator hunting teams, that are volunteering their time and safety to go out and do what the police should be doing. Yeah. Now, I've got to say this while I put my phone on charge, and I am going to fucking say it. I've got someone luckily in this box who actually has been part of the stinging community. And she will tell you they don't need funding. Stinging groups do this. Yeah, the real ones do it because they genuinely care and they've had some sort of trigger and trauma themselves, and they want to go out and put that time into going out there catching these wrong guns. Why would they need money if they've chose to do this themselves? This guy is for, I know what I'll do. I'll use stinging communities as a way of earning a few quid. You've just read there he sleeps on a settee. Yet he's offering to take drug money off the youth. Give him a business in return. How's he setting that up if he ain't even got a home? No job himself. He looks like he stinks like tobacco roller, yeah, coming out of his gob. He looks like he don't even own a toothbrush, and he looks like he stinks like pure BO. And I'm sorry, but if that in reality thinks it's coming rescuing kids and women, what do I tell you all the time? These men don't have a wife, they don't have a life, they don't have a future, they just have a criminal record, and they want to sit there and gain out of trauma and misery. And that is a prime example there. No real story. Him and his sister was abused, but he was one of the lucky ones. No. When you've been abused, there's nothing lucky about that. Do you know what I'm saying? To even have that attitude, I'm one of the lucky ones. No. So, Vimto, just while we're on this subject, babe, would you like to tell everyone your experience within the stinging community and how you actually do go about funding it, babe?
Yeah, in the community, I did decoy work. I've never been out hunting with a team, but everything that is done by the community, by each individual team, is funded by your own team. You fund it yourselves. You don't. So I mean, some groups do like GoFundMes and stuff, but the two groups I work for have never done that. They've never asked for a penny from anyone. Do you know what I mean? Not people online, not people in the community, not nothing. It's all funded by our own teams. So, yeah, there'd be no need for like people to donate or anything like that. And even when we've had requests come in to see if we wanted that, they've always said no.
Thank you, Si. I will message you back in a minute, my lovely. So you've just all heard Vimto explain that. Now, this guy is actually going around collecting funds on behalf of the stinging communities. But yet, once again, in reality, is it going to these stinging communities? Because I'm not seeing anyone come forward, or Vimto. We've not seen anyone go, oh, we've been donated so much money off this guy called Ross. No, Ross is just one of Rangy's little minions.
And even if he offered it, Shell, they wouldn't accept it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, I know that, but that's why it helps you explaining this, because even I know it's very rare anyone would, accept funds. Now, let me just show you something quickly, and wait until you see this. Wait until you see this, Vimto. Check that out. That's the rest of his page. Now we'll go from this to this. Funding defenders of childhood. Look, it actually looks like he's got a proper charity in a stinging community, and he wants a coffee being bought for him based on this. Yeah, that's just one. Let's go back. Let's click on this one. Oh, look, he's managed to delete that. That's how you know the website's just cheap and tatty. can tell he's been playing with his own server and made it look like whatever. Wait until you see this one. By the Off-Road Music Project, a book. Do you know what that is, guys? That's the youth music stuff that he's trying to set up. Look at all these he's done for kids. He's actually asking for young people and children to come and look at this and look into this. And then we've got the other charities here. So all these links, he wants buy me a coffee for, and he wants money for. Now, I'm going to say it again. Any genuine campaigner and stuff, they wouldn't need to set up all these charities. Look at that. He's gone from selling herbal remedies. Ugh, look at that. Jesus Christ, looks like Mark Feely. Do you know what I mean? And he wants to go around helping the youth. No, let me tell you what he's all doing, guys. Yeah? He's helping the youth, all right. He's getting the youth in and sending them to the lights of these creatures on the screen.
Do you know what I'll do,
Randy.
Fish? I will go, right, not right now, but once we've finished the live, I'm going to go and I'm going to speak to some of the founders. I'm going to send his picture over to them. And what I'll do is, once the founders of the teams have come back and said that they've never heard of him, they don't know who he is, whatever, I'll send them to you for you to post up on your platform so as that everybody can see that coming from the teams, then nobody's ever heard of him.
Brilliant. And that's what we need, because this man is seriously gaining funds out of using all these. He's making you believe he's good at marketing. What do I tell you about Rangi? Rangi was a businessman. He's selling it now. If anyone can go over to his live and ask him, you know, is it true what Queen Bee's saying about you? Just look at his reaction. It says it all. However, just go and see what he's talking about right now. He's gaining funds out of misery. And it's so sad to see, because there's people on here that are saying, do you know what, I'll give you $5,000. Thank you for fighting for our kids and stuff like that. No, they're not fighting for your kids. They're coming online, taking pictures outside police stations and whatnot for a 2-minute clip and making you believe they put in lots of hard work. And in reality, they haven't. And this needs to stop, because tell me, what are these men that look like this on the screen? What are these men going to do for our children? How are they going to support women?
So that for people that don't know, when the hunters go out, we never ever directly contact the child, ever. Like, we literally go out, they take the person that's the predator and they hand them over to the police, and the police deal with the children. No hunting team deal with children directly. So when these guys are saying that, you know what I mean, they shouldn't be contacting them anyway. They've got no business doing that.
No, they haven't.
Can I just say that one in the top left, that Neo Anderson, I mean, he looks like a thug as it is.
Well, we all know he is, and we're going to come to him in a minute. Literally, there he is now on the screen. Look at that, Thomas. Oh, you had it all at one time, didn't you, buddy? Not anymore. All gone. Well, it's all coming out tonight, including his full real name. However, back to Ross for a minute. I'm still looking into Ross, and I ain't giving up on that creature. I've asked him to speak to me. He's blocked me. I've rang his phone. I've asked him, how do I sign up for this Defenders? Do you know what he said to me, guys? Can I ring back another time? So then my Dave says, hang on. If he's a real, campaigner, he would have bit your arm off on that call, but he didn't. I think he knew it was me. I actually told him my name was Julie. I went, hiya, it's Julie. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just said, oh, how do I sign up? And at first I thought, yeah, he's fell for it. But then I thought, no, he's realised it's me. I've just got one of those fucking voices, haven't I? So, yeah, I've tried to communicate with him. He's now blocked me. He's not answered none of my questions, which now puts me on a further route. I want to know a lot more about this guy and just how involved is he. So if anyone... let me just get his face up again. If anyone has got any information on this guy, Ross Peters Valance from London, I do believe he's from the West London side, please do get in touch with me. I would be so grateful. Any information you've got on him, because I'm telling you now, the way this is going, it's serious, it's dangerous. He's not only calling out for the youth to come forward, but he's also talking about county lines and how he wants to take money off these young people and turn it into businesses for these young people. Please do not fall for it. Certainly do not hand your money or your details over, and do not apply on any of these voluntary applications. And if you do, and you're wanting to just get in there for a reason, then if I was you, I'd use a fake date of birth and all of that, because these people are obtaining your information by promoting, please come and work for us. We're out there safeguarding children. We're all robo-cops on the street. Just give over, because the moment you step out of line, you know you're going to have the real robo-cops coming for you and putting you in handcuffs. Simple as that. Right. Now, Ross, let that be a lesson learned to you, love. You want to ignore Queenie? Please don't, because when you ignore Queenie, it puts me on a further journey to keep getting information. And believe me, when I'm done with you, pal, you're another one. You won't be able to cope with me.
The
So
other
let's
thing
get...
is, Shell, that
Oh,
you
go on,
need
babe.
to let him be aware of is, after tonight, I really am going to the teams and the founders of these things. So if you ain't what you say you are, you better watch out, because they'll all be coming for you next.
There we go. Did you hear that, Ross? You shitbag. So let's move on to this little Timu version now of Philip Mitchell, right? He wears a leather jacket, you know, he's got that Cockney accent. He's coming for you. He's called Neo Anderson on TikTok, right? But his real name, which he never thought I was going to get onto, but I have, Thomas. I hope you're watching. I hope you are watching, because me and you, I've been waiting for my time with you, haven't I, squirrel neck? So, what do I have here in Shelley's little diary on Thomas? Oh, Lily, you're back. Get tuned in for this, Lily. You're going to love this. Neo Anderson goes by the name as Thomas Payne Anderson with 2 N's. But he thought no one was going to get onto that full name. Well, he's originally from Bromley, Kent. And he was arrested on the 20th and the 4th of November 2020 for using encrypto chat apps with an organised criminal gang. And guess where it linked back to? Hang on, let me just get the info up. Where's my other device?
Guess why? If you've heard all this before, then honestly, no one's holding you hostage, darling. If it's boring, log on.
I've checked the account. There's only a couple of thingies, so I've blocked the account.
Oh, okay. So I've just wasted my breath then, darling.
1 minute, guys.
Hello, Rainbow Love. We're all right, darling. I thought you was going to sleep, darling. You can't? Can you not sleep?
Now, what's interesting here, guys, there's an article, and I'm going to be putting all this up, sharing it after I've done this live, so you can go and have a look for yourselves. EncroChat top lawyer warned CPS of risk that phone hacking warrants could be unlawful. Funny enough, the guy's called Lord David Anderson, which I just thought was a bit weird, but it's nothing to do with the Anderson we're on about. Now, let me just get to this clip. Oh, Thomas, are you ready for this? A huge breakthrough in the fight against serious and organised crime was made after the takedown of EncroChat, a bespoke encrypted global communication. I love all these big words, me. Oh, I love it. Service used exclusively by criminals, enabling the NCA. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, it's the National Crime Agency, and the police to monitor criminal activity under Operation Venetic. You listening, Thomas? Operation Venetic. Bet that's when you met Rangi, weren't it? When he was a police informant and you're all like, oh, it's criminals day out. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, EncroChat was one of the largest providers of encrypted communications and offered a secure mobile phone instant messaging service, but an international law enforcement team cracked the company's encryption. Now remember, what does Rangi always say, Neo? Everyone's trying to hack us. They're all coming. It's MI5 with the little space hats on. Fuck off. Not on my watch, love. There were 60,000 users worldwide and around 10,000 users in the UK. The sole use was for coordinating and planning the distribution of illicit commodities, money laundering, plotting to get rid of rival criminals. You ain't coming after me, pal. Trust me, I'll have you running away from me because I ain't flipping scared. Yeah. Anyway, since 2016, the NCA has been working with international law enforcement agencies to target EncroChat and other encrypted criminal communication platforms by sharing technical expertise and intelligence. 2 months ago, this collaboration resulted in partners in France and, are you ready, Thomas? The fucking Netherlands. Infiltrating the platform. Do you remember where I got my letters from 2 weeks ago? Well, it's a good job I actually handed them to the NCA, isn't it? Eh, smarty pants? Didn't think I'd sit here and find out. Well, I have. That's because I'm intelligent. Better than MI5. Anyway, the EncroChat service were based in France and the data harvest was shared via Europol. The handsets could only be used to communicate with other EncroChat devices and had no other smartphone functionality other than one app, a currency converter to help calculate profit on deals. Unbeknown to the users of the National Crime Agency and the police have been monitoring their every move since then under Operation Venetic, the UK law enforcement response. And GMP, if you're listening to me right now, I think you're absolutely useless. You call yourself the National Crime Agency. Well, you tell me this now. Why is it you arrest these men, put them out there, give them a few bob in the back pocket, they come on here thinking they can use their powers and authority, and you lot do what? Eh? Because it seems to me you're letting these criminals come on here and play games. Well, I'm going to say this to everyone. I ain't scared of no police officers, which I'm not. In fact, every police officer I've ever come across just can't cope with me, but I have a good opinion. They just don't like the truth. However, it's never resulted into arrests or anything like that. If the police do have an issue with me, they know they can go and take it up with my complaints department, and that's by kissing my ass. So can some of these idiots that sit online trying to tell me Queen is lying, blah, 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 when I've been sat here with solid evidence for what, 19 months? And then, what else have I learnt yous? Thank you, Keith, darling. What does Neo Anderson, this Thomas, have in his possession? A 3D printer, 3D software. He used to do kitchen designs. You know what that means? He's got his own service and platforms, yeah? As well, he can create whatever he wants to. He's also getting recommendations for S-dolls that look like children. Put that with a 3D printer, what can he create? He can create whatever he wants. Well, this creature let his guard down back in February when he admitted he was on Russian websites, which that inappropriate video that was made of me, GMP got back to me and said it was based on a Russian IP address. Guess what Neo Anderson admitted he was on? And I'm sure Keith will remember this. Vimto will remember this. I don't know Paul will. I don't think Paul was there at this time.
Remember, darling. Yes, I think I do anyway.
Yep, he said he uses a Russian Facebook. Is it called V-Book or something?
Because our authorities can't look at it, can they?
There we go. There we go. So not only does this article now fit in full well with the EncroChat and whatever the dealings abroad, but this man has now got good language skills with Russia and other countries. He's got connections. He's even talking in Russia on this Russian Facebook platform, sharing images of some of these women's children who've asked for help with social services. He's selling data of children, birth certificates. This is how they operate and work. And this is what I'm telling you all now. I know a hell of a lot more about this group. I know how deep it goes and I know who's right at the very top. However, I try to stay back from the county lines department because that's not to do with me. As long as it's not on here and they're not, operating, I'm not seeing it. I'm not going to play with it. But you see Rangi and this man Neo and the rest of his minions that are active right now on TikTok, I want them to know I'm not going to be scared. You can come and park outside my house all you want, but next time get out the car, knock on, because you'll find out I ain't no vulnerable little woman. I ain't going to sit here feeling scared. I'm ready for you. I'm literally ready for every single one of you. Because you know how many months this has been going on? Yeah, 19 months. Not one of these men have had the substance to come over here and go, I've not done anything, you lying queenie. Have you got proof? What they do, they refer to OF, they refer to modelling pictures, they try and degrade my body, but yet really they've been sat there for 19 months with pictures of me, my children and my parents in their devices, especially images of me. Because this one, Thomas Anderson, is obsessed. Now, do you know what else Thomas Anderson's admitted to?
And
He's also got...
don't forget that he's the one that likes to share images and links of you, doesn't he?
Well, I was just about to say that, yes, he does. And funny enough, GMP notified me that one of these websites that I have been put on is based in Russia. The IP address is coming back in Russia. Also, Rangi's IP address and Neo Anderson's on their website is coming up for the ocean. Somewhere in the middle of this, specific ocean, that is where apparently they're operating from. Now, can someone tell me how is someone operating from the middle of the fucking ocean on a website?
Well, it's obviously being pinged, isn't it, off of different
Yeah.
like server things.
And why is LCS News watching migrants come over to the country? Why are they timing? What time they're coming in? Why are they listening into the conversations of the rescue teams and the police? And also, why they're making a big point of going, look at all these migrants, they're coming over here and they're doing this and they're doing that, when in reality, they're watching them and they're also admitting to shipping children out. So I want you to now think of this as an example in your head. You've now got young kids that have washed up to shore, they've lost their parents at sea, and you've got a man like him on the screen coming up to you, telling you, I've got food, I can look after you. Well, this is how these gangs operate. And I don't know how many times I'm supposed to say it like that, but I even stress this to the police. What person would be more bothered on focusing on who's coming over to this country and watching him and observing him day in, day out? Like, come on. And then you've got to say to yourself, well, there is an agenda behind it. And when we look at Thomas Anderson, well, he's got all these connections abroad. He's got these S-dolls that look like children. I've checked the IP addresses and solved the police on their websites and the rest of it, and everything just links to not in this country, everything's abroad. Now, we've also discovered Rangi, and I hope he's listening as well with Thomas. Did you all know that these two creatures are actually running a GoFundMe account, Give and Go, it's called, but in America? Now, why are they, thank you, darling, why are they collecting donations for something in America? Why is it all in dollars as well? Well, that's simply because they're planning on going to Canada in the next few months, apparently, to cause a big mess over there. Well, I can tell you now, they ain't going to make it very far. Especially when he's on bail. Hell no. Jesus, Rangi, you really do live in your own little world, don't you? And you, Thomas, well, let me carry on telling everyone what you've done. But yeah, the encrypted chat, guys, and stuff like that, the reason why everything's relevant that I've just told you is because Neo Anderson. It's all about the Matrix, isn't it? Do you get what I'm saying? They can create whatever they want and they can do whatever they want with whatever they've created. And unfortunately, there is a lot of people that do fall victim to scams online. We've got Revenge Pay, then we've got the likes of other content being sold, copied and pasted and sold. And this is another thing I've been looking at. Why are these men on the OF platforms? Why are they bothered about who is on OF? And I'm going to call this shit out because it's as simple as that. Look at what that poor girl now, Rebecca's going through. Yeah? And we do stand with that girl. Of course we fucking do. Hand on heart, we stand with that girl. But these men think they can come on here and go, oh, they're on OF and they're doing this, they're doing that. Well, hang on, what are you doing on OF? What are you doing taking such an interest to look these women up, obsess over them, store them in your phone, you're going to all that effort, and then you want to post them up and try and do what exactly? Degrade them? This is where now I get really pissed off, because what these men have done, they've exposed everything. Yeah, everyone please put pink hearts in the comments for Rebecca Goodwin. We do stand with Rebecca 100%. These men, they come on here and they're giving it all. Oh, yeah, well, we're Billy Big Spuds, we're this and that. In reality, they are causing misery. They bring these fucking disgusting crimes to the app. And what pisses me off is the way people won't go and take time to realise who these people really are. I've sat here for months and told you what's being done with images, videos, how they're being created, what softwares. Like, I don't know what more I'm supposed to do to stress it out. Now, this article, I'm going to be posting all of this up when I'm done with this live, and I want everyone to go and do your own research. And when you read up on this creature, Thomas Anderson, who you can see was arrested at his home, he's no longer got his home anymore. He now lives in the back of a van, and he's actually confessed that he actually hides his hard drive so the police doesn't find it, and he does this every single night. So, going back to what I was reading earlier, let me just, sorry guys, went a bit off tangents then, but that's only because when it comes to this online shit, I can go into depth about it. So, over 54 million in criminal cash.
For giving info. It's all important, darling. You carry on.
I know it is. Thank you, Paul, darling. So this is what happened within this organised crime that Thomas Anderson was in. £54 million in criminal cash, 77 water pistols, including an AK for, yeah, you know what I'm going to say, an assault sweet pudding rifle, tit-tot shot, we love ya, for...
Rifle, love.
Yeah, that's it. You can say it, I'm not. Grenades and 1,800 rounds of ammu and more than 2 tons of Class A's and B's and C's and D's, the whole of the alphabet. Tip-top shop, you can get it for a bargain for your babies on there, actually. They do an alphabet book and it sings it out, so it's pretty good. So, yeah, over 28 million, whatever, pills, street Valium, from an illicit laboratory, 55 high-value cars, and 73 luxury watches. All of that was basically brought back from the National Crime Agency. Hence, Thomas Anderson today has got nothing. He sits there going, I lost everything. I once upon a time had this, had that, had everything. This is why he's got nothing left. Isn't it, Thomas? Don't know whether to laugh or cry, because this guy actually wrote to my home address. Thought he was going to give me the chills, but he didn't. I just looked at Dave, the other half, and I went, Dave, what are we going to do with this creature? So Dave gets on the phone, says to him, thanks, Dave. Dave says, listen, Thomas, yeah, keep doing what you're doing to Shelley, and you're going to find out. Well, Dave literally told him how it was. But then little Neo, Thomas, went running to Rangi and said, that Queen Bee's husband or partner just threatened me. He said he's going to come for me. Hang on, mate. You're there screaming and shouting at me. You're putting his, partner up on TikTok. Yet you can't answer to a man, but you're too busy abusing women online. Well, I'm glad I sat back and monitored you, because to sit here with all of this has now helped me want to pursue next week with the National Crime Agency just how deep you are. And I don't give two fucks. I'm going to sit here now and say how it is, right? I ain't asked what people perceive me as when I go and report these creatures online. They've been caught talking to 10-year-old children. Neo Anderson, aka Thomas, is admitting to sharing and downloading indecent images and videos of 12-year-old girls. Yeah, which has already been exposed. You can come on my page and look at all the videos yourself. He's also working behind the scenes with 3D printers and S-dolls that look like kids and softwares to be able to create shit. No. I ain't going to sit here and let this creature keep thinking he's got authority to do what he wants. And this man has tried to bully me, target me. He's even stuck me up on YouTube, on his YouTube account. He's been inboxing everyone on TikTok my home address and pictures of my home address. And then he actually messaged Jodie, aka Justice, my address, which Paul actually sent me proof of. So I'm thinking, right, so it's him now who keeps going round, is it? Everyone who's, everyone I catch out who ain't even to do with LCS News, Thomas Anderson keeps finding himself in people's boxes. Well, do you know what else I've just found out he's done, guys? And believe me, I've screenshotted everything, and after this live, it's going up. This man has been so stupid that he messaged a group of my friends on Facebook. But what he didn't realise, he went into my uncle's Facebook. Messaged the wrong one, didn't you, pal? Hey, you creature. So he's messaged my friend Jane. What do you know about Michelle Matthews, he says. Then he messaged my uncle. Are you related to Michelle Matthews? What do you know about her? Now, who the fuck does this creature messaging people, especially women's family members, thinking he's going to get what exactly? Well, he's not managed to get much, and he keeps putting out stories that apparently I've got a non-mall. I tried to run a kid over. When I said to him, bring me the receipts, will you? Because if I tried to do that, I wouldn't have my own kids in my care, would I? I mean, my 16-year-old's a vulnerable young man. So I'd love to see all of this. I love that, Paul. So they couldn't bring me these receipts. Then the next thing was, well, we'll just talk about Queenie and OF. They tried to do that. Well, they didn't succeed at that. Then they brought up an old newspaper clipping, which when I come onto TikTok, I told everyone who I was, about my past. My past made me who I am today. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. But I'll tell you one thing I never did. I never left someone for dead like Jen B did. I've never gone out and hurt a child like these two have done, on the screen. And I certainly have never been done for hurting anyone vulnerable or... No, I haven't. I've just done a lot of silly things in my teenage years, like partied a bit too much. I got into a mutual fight with another girl. And what? However, you lot are carrying all these heavy statuses and you think you're going to come at me. Well, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. But I'll tell you what this guy has been doing, guys. He's been trying to get pictures of my kids. And he's been posting them on YouTube. Did you know that? Posted my little boy. Well, he's not really little anymore. He's 16, but still he's my little boy. But he posted pictures of my kids when they were babies. Called them scumbags. Told me that my kids will never make it to nothing. Yeah, I think you've all seen where my eldest son is today. I mean, he's been on the TV, he's doing adverts, he's doing modelling, and he's so talented at taking chins for a spin. I'm sure Neo Anderson would not dare pipe up to that lad in reality, because my boy is more of a man than any of these disgusting creatures that think they can go around calling children, calling women names, but they sit there and they go, we want to support and safeguard women and kids. Well, guys, I've got some news for yous. These lot have gone so bad that they've now discredited themselves, because they've gone to YouTube, posted my children up, called them these nasty names, but also mocked my mother at the same time. And when I handed this information into the police, obviously they have done something wrong. They've downloaded a documentary off the BBC, which was took off for a reason. Once again, they got access to a documentary that was took away from the BBC. All of a sudden, they've managed to bring it out. It's now classed as a criminal offence, which a lot of people don't actually know that. But if you're retrieving documentaries or anything that haven't got the licenses anymore, the iPlays have took them down, you're now committing a criminal offence by retrieving that thing. And that's exactly what these group of men have done. But in the meantime, they've labelled my children with disgusting language, spoke about, I don't know how to say this, but this is how degrading they've gone. They've spoke about me with a glory hole. Yeah. On this video that I'm on, I was a 19-year-old young mum, and he seemed to be obsessing over the fact that I was 19. I was on this documentary, especially Neo. He loves talking about when I was younger. He's even sharing videos and pictures of me, and I'm like, hey, I'm 35. Why is everyone so bothered about when I was 19? Why? Well, I know why. Because what they wanted to do was try and degrade me and make out that I was this and that. However, they've exposed themselves, because once again, being a campaigner in safeguarding women and children, you going around calling women prostitutes, you going around targeting children, calling them scumbags. How is that you being a caring child campaigner? It's not, is it? And Neo Anderson, Thomas, do you know what he does for that creature there, Rangi? When these women want to walk away from this group, Thomas Anderson will harass and stalk these women. And I've seen the evidence, which is now with the police. And it's all going to come out, but I'm going to give you a little taster. What this man does, he messages these young women, these young mums, like I used to be once upon a time. And this is where I get fucking angry, because he knows what he's doing. He's messaging them, telling them he knows what foster care their kids are in. And if they don't comply with LCS News, Thomas Anderson and the cronies from LCS News is going to deal with these ladies' children that are in these foster placements. So what happens? These women will bow down, because right now they're under blackmail and now they're scared. And when I say, well, did you actually give the information to this group? Yeah, I did, Queen, and I'm so stupid. You know, that breaks my heart. That breaks my heart, because I'll often say to these women, how much did you hand over? They'll say they've handed over birth certificate.
Control, Michelle.
Say that again, babe.
What you call coercive control, is it?
100%. I was just about to get to that, saying yes.
Sorry, love, I keep doing that.
It's all right. No, it's nice to know that people are actually on the ball and listing the right phrases to what I'm explaining, because this is all it's about. We're coming together as a community and we're all learning from these situations. So do you know what, Paul? Hat off to you, because I'm glad you just identified that. I was going to say it. Yes, it is controlling coercive behaviour, because what happens is these women will bow down. Right, what would you like me to do? So now Thomas Anderson and Rangi have got these women where they want them, and these women cannot physically walk away, because all they're thinking now is, shit, no, they've got my details. Now, I've quizzed some of these women, and I've asked them, what did you hand over during that time? They've handed over birth certificates. birth certificates of their children, legal aid certificates. Some of these mums have now been blacklisted for legal aid for their child and for their family court proceedings because Rangi will get you one of his dodgy lawyers, which I'm sure you've all seen already that I have exposed a couple of them. They've all been yeah.
Do you remember when Green Drip messaged me about the quality of his lawyers?
Yeah, Green Drip, I mean, he's another Rangan. We'll discuss him another night. But Green Drip is a minion of Rangi's. He's admitted online he was done for doing disgusting things to his children. He's not allowed to see him anymore, but he comes on here. Once again, it's the police fault. It's the social worker's fault. Never mind that he's just admitted he's done something to his own children. But these are the type of men that Rangi and Thomas like to help. However, even his own team members will sit there and go, yeah, well, I don't trust Rangi's lawyer, but he promises me it's going to help, so I've just got to listen to him.
And don't
then
forget, he said, sorry, Shell, Green Drip said to me, he had Rangi's lawyer go to court with him, and he ended up having to defend himself because Rangi's solicitor did absolutely nothing for him. Zero.
Nothing for him. Now, I'm going to tell you something in a minute when it comes to solicitors with him. He took a mother to court, to her court case. Do you know what this poor mother said to me? And once again, I want to show you now the level of vulnerability some of these people have. Michelle, can I ask you something? Of course you can, darling. And I'm not going to give out her identity on here, definitely not. If anything, I protect these women with my fucking life. But one thing she said to me, and it fucking hurt me this, she went, are they all supposed to sit outside after a court proceeding in suits and smoke broccoli? I said, no. Professionals do not sit at your court case in suits talking and smoking broccoli because for one, it's unprofessional. For two, if a parent's been seen to smoke broccoli, then clearly that's going to go against you, so why can professionals do it? Well, that's what Rangi did around the table with these men. I asked her, what did these men look like? Just your typical looking guys, like these fellas here. Now on screen, there's Rangi, there's Thomas. You know, they've got bald heads, they've got nothing special about them. They're scruffy, they're violet. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love it. Oh, it's coming, guys. Can't wait for that moment. Anyway, you know, they don't dress very well. They're not well presented. However, some of these men were wearing suits that were very, very shabby. She explained to me that they were all sat there and it looked like they were selling an item. What do you think they was doing? And now I'm glad that she went to the police. I'm glad she spoke up. And she spoke up over a year ago. And this is why I do know a lot what's going on behind the scenes, but not others do. And when I get all that shit, well, where's the receipts? Hang on. Do we listen to the victim? Or do we listen to Gobshite that comes on every Saturday, tells you the same old, and isn't doing no positive changes at all? But we've got multiple women that have come forward, cried their eyes out, they're scared of these men, they can't take no more. Well, I'm telling you, this woman went to the police a year ago. CID rang me 6 months ago asking about a grape case. What do I know about Rangi being linked to it? Well, even I didn't know, or I was aware of that situation. So it clearly went a bit further, but Rangi won't come on here and tell you that, will he? No. Neo won't tell you that, though, will he? No, of course not. But Michelle will be made to look like an idiot, and it's all right. I have been for months now. I've took it on the chin by all these tinfoil hat wearing people trying to tell me how the system works. I'm sat here today with full fucking custody. Yeah, don't come to me and tell me how that system works when I've lost people. I have lost my rag over that system, but I've also been in the system and I've learned you kick your feet at them, you ain't getting nowhere. But as a parent, you love your kids. You will do anything it takes, won't you? So you come away from your social media pages, you break free from the negativity and you fight for your kids. Why have you got to come on TikTok and go, it's the social worker's fault, it's the policeman's fault? Yet these creatures have got criminal records for the most vile, disgusting shit. And you want to now blame injustice on professionals. Well, no, I'm not stupid, and that's why I'm trying to tell you lot. If a man comes on here, makes out the woman's done this and that for 17 years, but you don't hear that woman's voice or see her in sight, then that's when you got to start asking yourself questions. It's easy for a man to come on here and paint out to be whoever they want. Same with a woman. We've seen that with Lucy Hawhay. In fact, we've seen it with a lot of people lately, women. But men, when they're coming on with no wife, no life, no stability, no home, no consistency, but they're promising you lot they're going to get your children out of the care system, that ain't going to happen. I'm going to tell you something else, and you won't know this because, once again, they won't share this. Rangi has been instructing women to leave the UK the moment social workers are after them and their babies, unborn children. Get out of the UK, he says. He'll give you 30 grand. He'll get you a new home.
He
We
also
all
said,
know. Sorry, babe, go on.
I was just going to say, he also said he was watching social services buildings and going in and taking the people out and, like moving them on, like put to LCS News and that. Do you remember?
Yep. And we've literally, I would play the videos tonight, guys, but I want you all to go and look for yourself down my TikTok wall. You will see his own. I love that. You will see his confessions. Paul, make sure you send me all them in a group chat, hon.
Oh, I
You will
will.
see. You will see his confessions. He's sat with the police. Even the police are saying to him, Rangi, where have you put these children? And he's like, well, I'm not telling you. Now, once again, I'm going to make a point.
Oh, I
Any
remember
real,
that one. I remember that. That was when he was being
yeah,
interviewed by the police, weren't it?
exactly. Any real campaigner would be telling the police where children are. You would want to help the police with inquiries, but he didn't. He was in control of that. The police either helped him and he'll release the information, or the police don't help him and he ain't releasing the information. Well, just to give you a heads
If I
up.
remember correctly, I'm sure one of the wordings he used in that video was what was it? What was the words? I had it in my head and it's just gone now. Was it something like I've stolen or I've something moved many kids all over the place? But he used certain words, and I thought, oh, that sounded a bit.
Yes, he did. Apparently, he's gone into social services. He takes children and women away from social services and he puts them to safety. So literally, there's a hell of a lot. In fact, I'm gonna play for you one of the videos so you can get a little bit of a taster. Give me a minute.
Oh yeah, because I remember he also said I've moved children all over the place. I remember him saying that as well.
Right, I'm just coming to it now. First of all, I'll let you listen to this. So I'm not going to play the video because obviously we're being good tonight, but I'm going to let you all hear and you can go down the wall and find all of this. So, first of all, Rangi, here's his convictions. Listen to this.
We've investigated for a rape of a female under 16 and over 16, indecent assaults, harassments, breaches of RO, GBH, ABH, common assault, patrolling aggressive behaviour, possession of firearms, false imprisonment, malicious communications. And on top of that, during social workers' involvement, there have been 2 other rapes. So if I go a little bit back firstly, when I spoke up with my brothers and sisters, I had community members come and arson attack my home, which the police department know about this. They've even got the evidence of this. They got video footage of this. They even caught the person with the items they used to do the arson attack. I was also had a member of the public who came to see me 3 separate occasions and asked me to get my siblings to drop charges And how much would it take? I've reported this also to crimes and the perpetrators that continued. But during social workers' involvement, there was 2 rapes that took place. He instructed one towards to.
So basically, he's saying social workers were involved because of 2 grapes. One was a 12-year-old, one was a 13-year-old. Now, before we go any further with this, Rangi comes on today and promotes, well, he's had this hard time with social services. During social services involvement, he was put on a DV course, things like that. Well, no, you just heard it yourself. During social services involvement, 2 girls were raped. Well, Mr. Latif was Mr. XY. He was a police informant. He was a paid predator where Cleveland police paid this man 10 grand to go out and spy on grooming gang members. XY added police said he wanted to F over peas and Muslims and alleges they told him we pay whatever you need. He was hired as a covert human intelligence source in 2010, just months after being released from prison. XY, which is Rangi, has 57 previous convictions, claims 337 criminals had been jailed using his information, but the judge rejected the evidence. So that was Operation Shelter. You can type it in, guys. You'll see a predator was paid 10 grand to go out and spy on these grooming gang members. Well, that was actually Rangi. Today, Rangi comes on here and claims social services are the ones to blame. Well, no, social services went to the police with a list of NSPCC suspects to do with the grooming, and Rangi's name was on that. As you can hear this, let's just go back a little bit. Listen.
I've reported this also to crimes and the perpetrators that continued. But during social workers' involvement, there was 2 rapes that took place. He instructed one towards to both like young girls, 12, 13-year-olds. One was, I'd say, white, but in English, and also Pakistani girl. These were raped by the same person. In this area, no, who actually came to see me.
So during social services involvement, that happened to those 2 girls. Then people were going to him to drop charges. He was being attacked and assaulted, which we all know that's actually what happens to informers like him, and especially dirty rapists. Now, I'm going to show you something else. Listen to this. Oh, by the way, the Thomas Anderson, if he's listening, I'm just going to let you listen to his confessions. Are you ready? Trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning. This is Thomas Anderson now in his own voice.
And that's what's happening. Pick. I've just got to point this out. Russell Brand, I've got some very bad videos of that guy. He's not on our side, buddy. Who's that? Who's that you're talking about? Russell Brand? Russell Brand, yeah. I've got videos of him touching a 12-year-old girl's breast.
Why has he got videos of a 12-year-old being touched by Russell Brand? That's Thomas Anderson. Yeah? That's how disgusting these men are. Just carry on listening.
So he's not one, you know.
Meet this dirty little creature, Neo Anderson, aka these guys. This guy's getting ready.
Toddler. Do you know what I mean?
This is what I want you to listen to now.
She's got that vulnerable girl who had learning difficulties, dressed with pigtails, calling him daddy and dressed as a bloody toddler. Do you know what I mean? Going down on her knees, shall we say? You know?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, I've got. Well, yeah, it's there. Just.
Did you hear how he said that? I've got. Listen.
You know?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, I've got. Well, yeah, it's there. Just.
I've got. Well, yeah, it's there. So basically, he says that video content it's not. You can't find it, right? You can't access it. But yet he's got it in his possession. Let's just go back on that again.
Say, you know?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, I've got. Well, yeah, it's there. Just look up Daddy Gate video with Callie Diamond, and you'll see lots about it. But I wouldn't imagine the video's still online. He'll have had that scrubbed. But these
So you just heard that. Oh, the video would have been scrubbed, but our Thomas Anderson has managed to be able to get access to that video. See what I'm saying? I proper observe. That is how you watch criminals fuck up, because sometimes you just don't realise what comes out of their own gobs. Anyway, just to prove a point to you as well, I'm going to share something else here. The Michelle Rangi is referring to is not me. This is a parent in his box. I'm not going to show you the video, but I'm going to listen to it. Does everyone think this is okay online? Yeah? You ready?
I'm nearly 10.
Michelle, do me a favor. Try to keep. I'd love to hear you, my little princess.
Yeah, that. So he's referring to the mother to basically don't let her child talk, but then he doesn't drop the woman. No, no, no. I want you to take this in. He's having a conversation, carrying it on with a 10-year-old, which this app is for 13 years plus anyway. So no 10-year-old should be getting access to speaking to grown-ass, nasty-ass men like this. But listen to the words and the way he doesn't want to drop the conversation. Hang on. Let me just okay, I'm just going to show you the actual footage. You can see he's on live right now, and I want you all to see what he's capable of.
I'm nearly 10.
Michelle, do me a favor. Try to keep. I'd love to hear you, my little princess. But fortunately, because there's certain issues, some people will be causing an issue because it's a 10-year-old.
And did you see how happy his face went? He had a smirk on his face there.
Exactly. Now, why would you be happy to speak to a little 10-year-old on TikTok? Why has that made his night? The words he should have said was, no, sorry, he should have got rid of them out of the box. What he done, he continued using words like princess, right? Watch this again. We'll start it again and I'll finish it off and then we'll go more into it.
Nearly 10.
Michelle, do me a favor. Try to keep. I'd love to hear you, my little princess. But fortunately, because there's certain issues, some people will be causing an issue because it's a 10-year-old. I'd love to hear you, darling. Are you looking up your
Some people might be causing an issue because it's a 10-year-old. What?
And you know what he was on about? He was on about me observing him. Thank you, Bianca, darling. I hope you're good.
Ranji does, and
If you get in touch on that website.
Then we caught him speaking to a 12-year-old blind boy, right? Which I'm going to fast forward that because. But yeah, at the end, it took him nearly 2 hours to ask how old that young boy was. The young boy turned around and said, I'm 12. Like 12. Do you know what I mean? Why are these grown-ass men sitting up at 2 and 3 in the morning talking to these kids? Like, nah, that's just, for me, that's next level. Anyway, for people who don't believe I've called out Ranky,
Michelle, do you
so
know
many...
who that Bianca is in the comments? I don't know what she's trying to say.
1 second, let me have a look. Yes, Bianca, exactly, he is. It's all right, Paul.
Oh,
She's
okay,
all right,
sorry.
Bianca. Anyway, I'm going to play this because Rangi makes out that I'm supposed to be scared of him. I better be scared of him. Well, I'm not scared of him. I'm going to show you now how much I have really called him out.
Do you want to know why? Because this man is claiming to help women who are vulnerable at their lowest. I'm going to get your children back. I'm going to support you. But what he does, he wiggles his way into the properties, sleeps overnight, and starts raping them. Don't you, Rangi? Speak up, Rangi. You've raped these women. You've robbed these women. How many victims have come forward in the last 8 months now? I've had to signpost them for victim support, help, and the police. And it was only 2 days ago, funny enough, CID's contacted me. And by the way, to give you a heads up, if you knew the law, Rangi, if there is a criminal investigation going on about me, you wouldn't be able to tell everyone on here. So just like now, I've only gone to the police today, spoke to PC Keel, give him a heads up that Rangi's on Facebook and TikTok telling everyone to ring the police because you're using it as a weapon, like you've done in all these vulnerable parents, aren't you? What do you want me to do?
What is your name? Queen Bee?
My name's Queen Bee.
It's a different account. Choose.
Yes, so guys, if you allow me, I'll explain. And if Rangi stays around, he can understand as well how I got to know a little bit about him. So 8 months ago, I did jump on Rangi's live. I was like, hi Rangi, you know, good cause, blah, blah, blah. 48 hours into watching him live. 48 hours into watching him live. Are you ready for this? A woman cried, didn't she, Rangi? And what did she tell you? She took your advice and then she lost the baby in care, didn't she? Did you and your little minions give her any aftercare? No, you didn't. You left her to cry, which led me then to sit here with my skills. And I thought, hang on, who's helping that poor woman? Has anyone even asked her? And all you were bothered about, Rangi, was you. Not her crying because you just give her the wrong information and she's lost a child. All you wanted was people's donations to fund your little charities, right? Now, no, she's not dropping me and you're not speaking because you're always in control. This bitch is in control now. You're going to listen to a woman, right? So I thought, you know what? Who the fuck is this guy giving out wrong information? Lowest. So I started investigating him. Started seeing he had all these charities. I'm thinking awareness is free. What do you need? Money to spread awareness. What do you need to help these women? Why can't these women go to real professionals? Why is this man come on TikTok, slag his wife off who's nowhere to be seen? Oh, and Rangi, I hope you're recording this. Where's your wife? Where was her voice? So I'm thinking, hang on, this guy's not right. Then I comes across him in the article. He's made up false allegations to social services, about social services. Then Operation Shelter come about. Mr. Ex-wife displayed the same behaviour patterns as what he did during this time now where he's been fined 15k. So the behaviour where he's, you know, telling people, oh, you're racist. That's what he always says. He accuses people of being racist because he's being called a nonce, don't you, Rangi? And what did you do? You accused the police handler of being a racist. You got a social worker, you accused them of being racist. But no, it was NSPCC who exposed you in 2014 when you give a list full of names of the suspects, went to your wife and said, your husband is on this list. Your youngest child needs safeguarding. You refer to everyone today, you've got kids. Your kids are 23, 26, 27, and your youngest is 14, who is with the wife. Now, if your
You might not be able to hear that bit, guys, sorry. So there's some of the articles. These are just things that I put together to give people more of an understanding. Then, let me get to the important part.
I love that picture of you and Justice with boxing gloves.
New now at this point. Changed your medical records. Well, yeah, what they did, like I said, the moms go to Harbour for my counselor for one-to-one child sexual abuse, and they made me into a perpetrator. Right. And that they...
So, sorry guys, that was just a video of what was up from a few weeks ago where everyone was coming together and trying to score points over the Rangi situation.
Yeah, what they did, like I
So
said,
you've just heard Rangi there. He was going to Harbour for counselling for his childhood SA, right? They turned him from a victim to a perpetrator. Let me go back on that again.
moms go to Harbour for my counselor for one-to-one child sexual abuse, and they made me into a perpetrator. Right.
Now, you don't go counselling for your childhood SA to be turned into a perpetrator. I'm sorry, that just does not happen at all. So let's go. Where are we? I want to get that police interview up. Give me a minute. We'll get this one up first, actually. Listen to this.
To get some support and help. And what I found was that the authorities were supporting me at the time, but they wanted me to go through counselling to learn more. So they put me to the side because I was one of the siblings. So I was going through counselling, I was going through harbour just to disclose the information, what I was going through. Because at this point, I'm at the age of 39-year-old, lived a relatively normal life, confident, ambitious in life, and I knew this was wrong, and I wanted to just speak up and deal with it. However, while I'm going through this procedure of learning and obviously disclosing this information, from 2010, when the first initial memory or information that I had, I was very, very nervous at the time because I just didn't know how to tackle it. I actually learned this obviously through counselling. And what I found is over the next 3 years that I was opening up to a kind of worms, that numerous accounts of rapes that I was involved with, I was there present, and I know who the people were, and I just didn't know what to do.
So you just admit the man. You just heard him admit. Sorry, guys, I'm knackered. You just heard him admit that he's basically been involved in grapes, but he just didn't know what to do. But today, he sits on here and he's going, I'm coming for the police. I'm going to rip them a new a-hole. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Yet the guy was present during these grapes and couldn't even be asked to get off his ass and go and safeguard these poor kids that he's claiming was grapes. Where is the logic in that? Do you know what I mean? He's an absolute fantasist. That's what he is. Right? Now let's go on to something else. 1 minute. Where is this video? Because I really want you to see this. And I don't mind sharing this. I'll do it every weekend. I don't care if some people don't like it. It's tough shit. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit back and I'm not going to let these people keep operating the way they are. Paul, have you got access to that police interview?
No, I haven't got it.
1 minute. I've just got to go right to the bottom, then hang on. Is it this one? Jesus, there's so much, it's unreal. Here's one. Listen to this.
Don't take no solicitors. Pay them all. Keep passing me business, and I keep selling my clients out for you because you give me money. Don't take no solicitors. Bin them all, if that's what you want. Bin all of them. Fight yourself. It's easy to fight yourself. You're an advocate, and this is another thing. Anybody who wants to be trained in advocate or Kenzie Friends, start coming forward. There are courses available. We could train ourselves up to help others today. People need our help. This is happening everywhere. I mean, Christ, I'm in Manchester. It's a plague here. It's happening in Birmingham. Well, actually, it's no point. Have you contacted me through the help desk, through LCS News?
I had an email from one of your colleagues and I've emailed back to her. She just asked me what time I'm free to speak. I said anytime, basically. Come anytime.
And you need a solicitor, don't you? Because what I could do is, if you private message me, give me the name, because obviously on here we don't use our names, which is good thing for yourselves. If you give me a private message, send me your name of that case. What I'll do is I'll send it straight away to the legal team, and within 24 hours, usually within 4 or 5 hours, they'll ring you. And then you'll have an hour with them. They could communicate with them, and if you're happy with them, just take them on board.
And it's Monday tomorrow as well, so it's better to call me tomorrow then.
Yeah, but even better, maybe, because you would have got till Friday, haven't you? Yeah. I'm going to get Pauline or one of the girls, if one of them could actually get through to you and give you a message, a follow.
If they're free tonight, I'm wait till late anyways. If not, then I can speak to them tomorrow.
Well, I'm more than happy to send it tonight, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. I don't sleep anyway. I'm gonna wait till late anyway, so Okay, well, leave it because I'm on here till obviously 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, once we're done, if I got the message, what I could do is I could send it straight to the solicitors tonight, so they'll pick it up first thing in the morning, and you might even get the call by tomorrow afternoon. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Slandering and slinging.
So you've just heard he's still in a police station telling you, yeah,
Money.
that
Don't take no solicitors. Bin them all.
bin them all.
Keep passing me business, and I'll keep telling my clients out for you because you give me.
So bin all your solicitors, don't trust them, fight yourself. But then 24 hours is there offering that lady a family solicitor. Early hours in the morning on a Sunday, claiming she's going to get a call. Now, in reality, that does not happen. That does not fucking happen at all. That does not. The fact that he's trying to tell you lot, don't trust solicitors, don't get a solicitor, you don't need one. But then he's giving these vulnerable mothers details around solicitors early hours in the morning. That is a big, massive red flag. And look who's in the box right at the top. Oh, look, Thomas Anderson. So just bear that in mind, guys, because, you know, even that coming on here telling people, don't trust a solicitor, but there you are offering these fake solicitors to people. It's dangerous. You ready for this one? This is what a dirty liar he is. Listen to this.
Maddie McCann, remember? Yeah. Well, I'll have some news on that because I know there's two people came forward claiming they're that person. One I've actually got an interview with coming up. I just don't talk about it until I've achieved the whole thing. There's a lot of backing. Well, I know the inspector. Well. I know the guy that ran the case, but it's not something that we should really discuss about in public, to be honest, because that girl's gone now, and it's not fair in her life. No, but this is the thing, you see. We have two girls that have come forward claiming to be her. They're not. She's not alive. Well, I can tell you that now. Well, she's not alive. What you're telling me. This has been a stitch up from day one, but there's not much to talk about. But the fact remains. We'll get into that later because I'd rather do my because the hair, blood, and everything matches at the moment. But we'll get into that. But
See the date on that?
Maddie McCann.
Well, he couldn't time that any better because the same week he actually come out with that nonsense. Two girls have come forward, the DNA matches. I mean, I'm sure the BBC would tell us all, wouldn't they, in Sky? Yeah, well, apparently two girls have come forward to him. He believes that they're the real Madeleine McCann, but it weren't that long ago, you know, guys. So you've just watched that, yeah. Well, do you know what he was doing not long ago? Let me see if I can locate it for you. Here we are.
Yeah, how can there be two Madeleine McCanns?
Well, this is it, but listen to this. This was only a couple of months ago. You ready?
That we need to follow her, know exactly what's going on to keep her safe. But Gary, do you want to just add on to
Julia Wandel is in his box. Oh, shit.
We're thinking of what you're thinking about as well. We're going to have to protect or to move forward to the safety of Juliet or Madeleine.
No, I agree with what you've said, but I also think that we need...
Who McCann we're talking about? Maddie McCann, remember? Yeah. Well, I'll have some news on that because I know there's two people came forward claiming they're that person. One I've actually got an interview with coming up. I just don't talk about it until I've achieved the whole thing. There's a lot of backing. Well, I know the inspector. Well. I know the guy that ran the case, but it's not something that we should really discuss about in public, to be honest, because that girl's gone now, and it's not fair in her life. No, but this is the thing, you see. We have two girls that have come forward claiming to be her. They're not. She's not alive. Well, I can tell you that now. Well, she's not alive. What you're telling me. This has been a stitch up from day one, but there's not much to talk about. But the fact remains. We'll get into that later because I'd rather do my because the hair, blood, and everything matches at the moment. But we'll get into that. But will you mention about the family course that we need to follow her?
So exactly that was before, and then the footage you just seen was after, right? Now, I called him out about that. I actually said to him, Why are you telling Julia Wandel that, you know, you're bringing her over here and you're going to do this and that? Well, he couldn't even cope with that. He couldn't even answer or give her an explanation. All he kept saying was, we're going to expose the wrong'uns, the corruptness. Never mind, once again, it's just a vulnerable female that is trying to coax over to the UK, and he wants to use this girl as clout, brownie points and whatever. However, I'm going to show you, well, yeah, I am going to show you, but I want you to listen now and turn your devices right up. Rangi ran to the police because I found out about his 19 PNC warning convictions, right? He's now exposed himself here, and I'm going to play real live evidence. He rings the police comes out to his address. That Queen Bee's telling everyone that I've done this and that. Well, I want you to focus on what the police officer says right at the very end, right? Give me a minute. Listen to this.
So this is Ranji, LCS News, and he will call everybody else a liar. Thank you, London girl. He will call everyone a liar, a criminal, a cheat. Well, just you wait till I read out this now.
Hi, Ellie.
19 convictions. Ranji Latif is a prolific offender, high-violent offender with 19 convictions, PNC and warning markers for weapons, violence and broccoli and sherbet, you know what I'm referring to there. He lives in a domestic setting. He's been investigated for rape under 16 and over 16 of a female, and this is recent as well, guys, just to give you a heads up on that. Indecent assault, harassment, breaches of RO, ABH, GBH, common assault, controlling behaviour, possession of firearms. Oh yes, possession of firearms, by the way, guys. False imprisonment and malicious communications. Read it again, because this is, I can't.
She will keep repeating herself.
That is essentially a list of every single criminal offence over been.
Apart from
Oh, did you hear that? So let's just go back at the end.
Under 16 and
she will keep repeating herself.
that is essentially a list of every single criminal offence over been.
Apart from
That is essentially a list of every criminal offence they have ever been.
she will keep repeating herself.
That is essentially a list of every single criminal offence over been.
Apart from it's not.
Now, see how easy
Yeah.
that is? Yeah.
You know, on that video, just you
Yeah.
you were playing when I was listening. You were just a girl on there, Londonderry, whatever it was.
No,
That's
London
Jen
girl.
Oh right, okay, because she's got an account, ain't she? That's London something. Paul was.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
remember
alright.
Paul?
It's not her. It's someone else. That it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, babe. I get where you're coming from, though. Thank you for like literally spotting that, because it shows you're on the ball. I like it. So you can see what I wrote here. He's playing the officer my video, which he did. So we go right to the end.
False imprisonment and malicious communications. Read it again, because this is, I can't.
She will keep repeating herself.
That is essentially a list of every single criminal offence over been.
Apart from
it's not. So this is Ranji.
That is a list, essentially a list of everything that is reported on his criminal record. Now, I don't really know how to say this, but when you've got it right there, and you can hear it, and you can hear the police officer saying, well, come on now, you've literally just, she's only reading out what's on your record. Isn't that someone now banged to rights? Isn't that just saying what I've been telling you the whole time is true? We don't need DBSs. Do you know why we don't need DBSs? Yeah? 1 minute. I'm going to play it one more time for you all to get it. You ready?
LCS News, and he will call everybody else a liar. Thank you, London girl. He will call everyone a liar, a criminal, a cheat. Well, just wait till I read out this now. convictions. Branduity is a prolific offender, narcotic violent offender with 19 convictions, PNC and warning markers for weapons, violence and broccoli and sherbet, you know what I'm referring to there. He lives in a domestic setting. He's been investigated for rape under 16 and over 16 of a female, and this is recent as well, guys, just to give you a heads up on that. Indecent assault, harassment, breaches of RO, ABH, GBH, common assault, controlling behaviour, possession of firearms. Oh yes, possession of firearms, by the way, guys. False imprisonment and malicious communications. Read it again, because this is, I can't get this.
She will keep it.
That is essentially a list of every single criminal offence over a
Apart from
So this is yeah, so you can hear the officer. She confirms that's a list of everything on his record, and now I've actually found the video I've been waiting to show you all. Get ready for this, guys. This is a trigger warning. I'm going to need my coffee for this. Just to show you a clipping of the video, there's not much that happens in it because Rangi's just sat down. However, you're going to listen to the conversation. That's what I need you to listen. So that's what the video looks like. He's in a police interview. He's trying not to show too much of his face. However, it's what you're listening to now, okay? That I need you to take in. 1 minute.
You know, well, I can't tell you that right now because I've had to ship a whole load of them out in different cities to safeguard them because nobody's helping us.
Right. So
We're going up 10 years.
Where have you shipped these children out?
Well, I'd rather not give it to you right now because you don't know I'm recording.
Okay.
You know what I'm doing?
Are you in the shower? Yeah, but you in the
No, because when they take that, when the private meeting, let's do it properly one by one. Otherwise, they get jumbled up.
Rangi, my concern is now, and we have children, you said. So once they're made aware of something like this, we have to do something about it. If you give me the names of the children, such as their ages or wherever they're from, we can do that research. We can speak to the
You could do that research. Now, this is complex. Right?
No, I
to
understand.
explain this very, very simply, you're going to start from the
The
beginning.
children you're referring to, do you believe they're unsafe at the minute, or are you safe them yourself?
No, there's a child that's still unsafe.
Right. So why don't we start with that child?
No, you will still start at the beginning.
I'd rather start with the unsafe child.
Yeah. If you don't understand the beginning, how are you going to know the perpetrator? That
what they mean is the director. So if you have a child,
have we got to?
If there's a, so I'm not aware of this.
Actually, hang on. No, 1 second.
You know.
Well, I can't tell you that right now because I've had to ship a whole load of them out in different cities to safeguard them because nobody's helping us.
Right. So
We're going up 10 years.
Where have you shipped these children out?
Well, I'd rather not give it to you right now because you don't know I'm recording.
Okay.
You know what I'm doing.
Are you in? So you just heard a minute ago the police confirm, well, that is essentially everything listed on his criminal record. Now he's trying to manipulate GMP by stating this. You know.
Well, I can't tell you that right now because I've had to ship a whole load of them out in different cities to safeguard them because nobody's helping us.
Right. So
We're going up 10 years.
Where have you shipped these children out?
Well, I'd rather not give it to you right now because you don't know I'm recording.
Okay.
You know what I'm doing.
So what I'm saying is, does that actually sound like a genuine child safety campaigner or someone who cares about women and kids? No, that is someone who's simply in a lot of control. You know, he wants to manipulate the police. You do as I say. You know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And if the police don't go to his demands, what happens is he will often kick off with the police, film police stations, come on here, call them corrupt, and that's just basically how he operates. Then we've now got this. So, look at all that. Why do you need all these charities?
entry-level support. Who does he think he is? A college teacher? Seriously, the guy can't even read out Labour MPs' names on a piece of paper. Good night and God bless Mickey Hon. So this call was about Rangi's website being promoted. It's not really seen as a safeguarding page. They're just trying to make money out of it. Good night and God bless Lily, darling. Sending you loads of love. So what I'm saying is they come here with loads of different shit, right? Then I get threatened. When I say to these men, what are you threatening me for? Well, if you leave Rangi alone, we'll leave you alone. Well, no, I'm still here after 19 months. I'm still doing my thing, and no one's going to try and make me to, like, you know, go away off this subject. Never in a memory am I just going to walk away from this. Not a chance. Anyway, listen to this. Who's this?
He's still on bail. No, I'm not on bail. Oh, you're not on bail now, are you not? All right. Did they not find enough evidence yet? No, they found that it was false information. No, he got locked up. He was locked up. They got time extended for him. He was locked up for a few days, and he was on bail. Yeah, he's a little. He's good at what he's doing. He's a good liar. He's a good liar. This one. He's a very, very good liar. He's still on bail.
See, now he never gobs it off to a man. Now, the reason why I find that interesting is because that man actually comes from Rangi's area. That's Rangi's, you know, that's the Geordie accent. Now, the only people I know from Geordie land really is my good friend Mickey. And I know it's not Mickey. However, that guy sounded like he knew Rangi and knew a situation that has obviously happened within their community for him to come on here and call him out like that. And I was quite shocked at that, because it's not every day you see men coming on here trying to call Rangi out. Instead, they're too busy sucking up to him, finding out what they've all got in common, and most of the time, well, I'm sure you can all guess what it is. Now, I'm going to play something here, guys, and there's a massive trigger warning. So please, can you just put a trigger warning in the comments? And if you are sensitive to this, I do apologise, but once again, it is about learning yous what this group and why they have social services involved in the first place. It's not always unicorns and rainbows, that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to let you listen to this, and this is just to prove a point. These are LCS News members.
Carmel, like, why you paused? I'm reading a message. Listen to this. I'm going to have to share it all with you. It's that girl again, Rebecca. Huh? It's not good, Emma. No, so basically someone that's on TikTok, I follow her, but she don't follow me back. She's basically going through social service. Did I unfollow her? Yeah. Was it her name Rebecca? Yeah. Her children has been taken away from her. And she was abused by her dad and her sisters. I know, she's just. I've seen her. I've seen her. I've seen her videos, and her sister was. Listen. At the same time, let me just stop you there. At the same time, I've gone onto her life, and she's acting. Yeah. Like. Weird. Weird isn't the fucking word. I've just received a couple of messages in her saying. Not weird like that. Is in to be worried about. Like weird is in, like she's making it up. Just needs locked up. Weird. Okay, so basically she's like a little bit mental. Yeah. Little isn't the word. I've been listening to this. She just sent messages to me. Get rid of my son's birth certificate. Do you hear me? And that we're all supporting Rangi, and he's a pedo. I screenshot. Yeah, she's the fucking. Wait. She said she's a Wangi. Or did you say Rangi? Yeah. Rangi isn't a paedophile. I know that, but she wrote that in my message WhatsApp, and I've just screen. Carry on. Yeah, go on. Carry on. What do you call it? Screen footage. I'm going. Basically, I've been accused of touching my own kids with basically, yeah. Don't say anything else because you're on live TikTok, Mark. And she's saying the what do you call the other girl? Rafia? Rangi? Yeah. Go on. Oh, the girl, Emma. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Well, apparently, she's saying the same about Rangi. Oh, really? And apparently it's all witnessed in a video. Okay. Recorded video. All right. I'll tell you what. Invite her to the live. Carmel. Go on, invite her. How do I do that? To your live? Invite her. You need to invite her to the live, yeah. And hang on a second. I'll rip some shit into her. I'm telling you. We're gonna fucking shred her into pieces. And she said she's in contact with the police right now. Is she? All right, well, okay, get into the live then. Get into the live. We'll fucking shred her up. If you go, I think Neo's got it on his TikTok. Go on Neo's TikTok. It proves, because a lot of people have been saying that Rangi's a paedophile and whatever. Yeah. So you can tell. She said her sister. She said her sister has sex with her dad, or her sister has sex with her own dad. And now she's saying that she. Oh God, you know what? The girl's deluded. It just keeps on changing. Yeah. She said her sister has sex with her own dad, and that's fucking. She's a traveler. Yeah, but I'm not being funny. No. What do you call it? What do you call it when you have sex with your own dad? It's what's it called? Incest. Fucking incest. Yeah, incest. That's the one. Yeah. Incest. Yeah. If you're having sex with your own dad, of course it is. Yeah. Because you're having sex with your family member. So I've had enough of them cretins, but see how sick they are. Yeah, let's put Paul into the big box now with this picture. Look at that logo, LCS News. That is what they've got in their little teams. That is how they're speaking about fucking women every time they go to this group. Early hours in the morning, that was at 3:55 a.m. People's stories, people's things are being shared like that. How fucking disgusting was that, what you've just heard? And then you hear the cheek of that dirty little creature, Green Drip, saying that he was accused of doing that to his own kids. And then that Emma, the one who now today calls herself Tom and Jerry Scooby-Doo, and she's the top mod for Rangi. Well, did you all hear her? Oh, bring her in here, I'll rip her to shreds. No, you won't do shit. And you, Baby Bell, get the fuck out of my live now. Get out of my live. This is harassment.
What account is he on, Shell?
His fucking normal one.
Oh, for God. Go away, you saddo.
He really needs to get a fucking grip. Go away. In fact, I'm going to take a picture of this and I'm going to email it straight over to that investigating officer, because I've had enough of your horrible, disgusting creature face stalking me now, because it's pissing me right off. Especially when you're always there to do with Rangi, aren't you? Fuck off.
You know what? He wants to go and talk to his own friend about what she's been doing.
Swear to God, it's pissing me off. Pissing me right off. It better leave me the fuck alone, because I'm ready tonight to take it one step further.
There you go, Skell.
Off.
Take a screenshot, darling, and take that back to your friend. Have that.
Seriously, better fuck off. Better fuck right off. See what I mean? This is why I'm getting pissed off. When we're trying to do our shit, you've got the likes of that can't leave you alone. Although you've been to the police, you've tried to get rid of it, you're not discussing it, yet it still wants to watch you and be there. Fuck off before I let
do
rip.
want to pre-warn everyone as well. He has actually put up a post about Lindsay tonight, a video, calling her a liar and basically doing his normal humiliating tactics. So just to let you all know, so you're not shocked in the morning if you see it.
No, I'll tell you what,
Well,
I'm
I'm
getting
not
fucking shocked
house
at.
preparing.
It better just leave me the fuck alone. I know that one pretty much because I'm getting really pissed off now with it. So, honestly, it's like a fly around shit. It's just there constantly. It just pisses me off at the fact, yeah, that you go out of your way as a woman.
I can't even see him anywhere to block him. Can you?
Of it. So literally, yeah, this person doesn't know when to fuck off. It's constantly there like a fly around shit. But yet me as a woman tries to diffuse the situation. I want to be left alone by this person, but clearly it doesn't want to fucking leave me alone, and I've had a fucking enough. Now I'm telling you, leave me the fuck alone, you cretin. Being serious now, I've had enough. Every fucking night it's there watching. Creature, get on with your own shit.
Talking. You know what they were saying earlier? About how he puts fucking hemorrhoids cream on his face because of his wrinkles.
Yeah, it needs more than that, trust me. But I'm not fucking putting up with this.
I can't
Be
see him in here,
serious.
though. I generally can't find
No,
him. I'm
I
going to
can't
keep
find
looking.
me. That he's probably gone back out though, to be fair. You know, when Queen pulled him up, I bet he jumped straight back out.
You know what? I don't get why people have got to stalk people when you ask, yeah, in so many different ways. Go the fuck away. You've got the law involved, and yet they just constantly want to be there. It's weird behaviour, and I'm not being funny, but tomorrow morning I will deal with this shit because I have now had enough of the likes of that and its fucking little crony, because I really have had enough.
And it will take more than pile cream to sort that monstrosity of a face out and all, darling.
Trust me. Anyway, you've heard that video of those horrible, disgusting people. So the moment you turn to LCS News, they've now got access to your stories, what's happened within your court case. That is how your cases are being discussed early hours in the morning. You're being victimised the moment your back's turned. You're being threatened. These horrible women are actually being used as threats. And you heard her, as soon as once again, Neo, he's in control of the videos. They have to get Neo Anderson's permission to share videos, content. Once again, he's fully in control of what he's got on his devices and what threats he's giving out to these women. Now, the girl they was talking about, she's a lovely, vulnerable young girl from Ireland. And I exposed a phone call where Rangi was speaking to a girl called Rafia. Rangi had told this girl, Rafia, that basically Rangi handed €40 over to this young lady. And this young lady then went and basically, said thank you for the money and shit. But then a couple of days later, Rangi has rang this social worker stating this girl begged him for the money. However, she was able to bring some evidence to the table that she refused that money at the beginning. But he kept pushing it on her, pushing it. Eventually, she accepted it. Then Rafia comes out on a leaked phone call stating Rangi is now calling social workers, telling social workers that these mums are relying on him for financial gains because they're struggling. Thanks, Sarah, darling. So, as I say, you can go down my TikTok page and have a look, guys. I do apologise for getting very stressed out, but you know what? This is what I just get so annoyed that we're not doing anything. We're trying to sit in peace and get on with what we've been doing for a long time. And I'm sick of this creature. I'm good, baby. Hope you are. I'm sick of this creature constantly there trying to interrupt the Randy situation. This is how this person come into my life in the first place. Every time I'm calling Randy out, it would be there in the boxes, lurking. Then it'd message me, asking me for information. And now, look at the position we're in. I've just had enough now of this person thinking they can continue to keep picking and picking and picking. Enough is enough. And you're all publicly watching this. I've not said fuck all about it, but it still wants to remain there. To what? Get a reaction? Well, do you know what? I've decided in a minute, fuck this. I'm getting through to Sussex police station. I ain't fucking sitting here being watched by an absolute out and out bell end like that one, because I'm not fucking. Everyone else might deal with all this tit for tat, but I don't. It's now starting to disturb what I'm fucking doing on here. It's like he's doing it on purpose, and he ain't gonna roll over and accept it. Not a chance.
Well, because we all give him content. He's nothing. That's why.
It's stalking and harassment. I'll make a big deal of it, because I ain't
really
I'm not putting up with it.
And then he has that thing sitting with him in the box going, oh, they're stalking me. Oh, it's harassment. I feel alarmed. Fuck off.
Feel alarmed. They'll feel alarmed if they want to continue to keep pushing my fucking buttons.
Like I said, I can always come and pick you up and take you down to that police station so you can go in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we spoke about this, haven't we?
Yeah.
I'm alarmed and distressed about all that fucking butter.
You know, the police will be inclined to do something because you've travelled to do it. So, you know.
And I will go out of my way. I'm not arsed. I'll fucking keep pushing it and pushing it. I am not sitting here being tormented, right, by someone who I don't fucking know personally and has come into my life out of the blue and now wants it into, like, I just don't get what is wrong with people on TikTok. Why can't you leave people alone? If they've gone to the law to bring the law in to get some sort of diffuse the situation, why have you got to continue it on? Why have you got to carry it on? What you're gaining out of it? Seriously, because it's fucking weird. And you, Gemby, where have you been all day today? But as soon as the vampires come out to play, you're there hiding behind them, getting all cocky and fucking whatever. Where was you last night clearing your name? You can sit there and make out you're 40 and you've got a passport and all of this. That is you. And I've also had confirmation on Facebook today. So carry fucking on, because I will raise a live about you again tomorrow, you horrid little bitch.
That's brilliant, that picture is.
Guys, serious, I've had enough. They just don't know when to back off.
It's like you don't need it right now, Eva. Do you know what I mean?
No, fucking don't. I'll let him mention my son one more time as well. They'll be sorry about that.
Well, like I said, mate, it's a couple of hours driving. Don't worry about it. As soon as you're ready, you've only got to say the word.
Honestly, I can feel it coming very, very soon. That's all I'm going to say. It's just not acceptable, is it? We're sitting here, we're doing no harm, we're doing our own thing, and yet it's still got to be watching us. It's still got to aggravate. I don't get it.
Every night as well.
Every time we go live, he's out in Rungans and protecting people and telling them to protect themselves. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's it. And he's coming in and he's just got to stick his big, fat, horrible fucking face in it.
Honestly, I'm just ready to blow a fucking fuse. I just think the weird people, the weirdos, they've got no life, nothing, and they sit there and they just keep pushing it and pushing it. Like today now with Lindsay. Do you know what I mean? What's the fucking point, man? What is the point?
Her now, and it's unfair. That woman doesn't do a thing wrong. She tries to stay out of it all. She don't mention it, you know. Do
you know what? He's
gone on for too long.
Because she gets like good views, don't she? If he can have drama with Lindsay, like, can get all her fingers going over to his page, like, he loves it. Best thing Lindsay can do is, like she said to me, just ignore it. Do you know what I mean? As much as you can, as much as you possibly can, don't react. Just leave it.
Yeah, but this shit, really, people need to get through their heads. If they think this is entertaining, bullying, grooming online, defrauding online, you know, taking the piss out of vulnerable people online, then fucking hell. I'm going to say this now. This world is full of cold-hearted, absolute creatures that don't have one nurturing, loving bone in their bastard body, and they would rather sell the fucking gran, yeah, under a fucking bus, probably, for the way they carry on this app, because it's sick. It's disgusting. And you know when people love to throw the gifts out because they're seeing the bullying and the reactions on screen, that's you lot, not you lot, but most of the people on here will throw money at watching people destroy other people. And I don't get that. You know, I'd rather just a nice little community that comes together. We can discuss real life shit and what we're going to do to be able to prevent stuff, not sitting here bullying and degrading others and going to a stage where when someone asks you not to contact them or harass them, yet you're still being picked at and picked at. I don't understand what is wrong with people.
I mean, look at
It's
what we
fucking me
did
right
today.
off.
Look at what we did today. We had a conversation on the phone and we cleared a lot of things up today, didn't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
we did.
being adults, being like away from the app. No, you know, like you know, you spoke
You
to
guys
Andrew.
like that poster?
You spoke to Durham. You know what I mean?
Love
And
it.
you've put it. Do you know? Yeah, it's brilliant. That is. I love it. Have you put that in the group, Paul?
Yes, darling. I put them all.
Brilliant! I'm going to use that instead of me Lisa picture. I'm going to use that one. That's brilliant. I love it.
Go on, you guys chat away. I'm just bobbing slowly. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like earlier, Paul, you know what I mean? Like, we all cleared the air with Coffee, Durham, and do you know what I mean? Like, and then, like, he just can't help himself. Gotta be in here, gotta be causing trouble, gotta be upsetting everybody. Do you know what I mean?
I
He
know.
absolutely loves it. I bet he's sitting there wetting himself now, the big fat, horrible bastard.
I know.
You know, like he's sitting on stingers with his hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
No wonder he's got hemorrhoids, because he uses the medicine on his face.
No. Can you imagine? I bet he's got a oh, God. I
And
don't
he's
know.
like, oh, all drag queens use that. Yeah, maybe in the 80s, darling. Now they use Botox, sweetheart.
I bet he's got a pink sock hanging out.
Oh, God, Mark said, I bet he's got a pink sock hanging out.
Oh,
You
dear.
know it. You have to lower the tone every time, don't you? Come in last night telling everybody something smelled like dirty knickers, and it was that trope thing. And tonight he's got the pink sock. Honestly, I give in. I absolutely
Well,
give in.
Vimto, I'm not being funny. I did suggest that new washing powder for your underwear, love.
Oh no, I'm still in bleach after a week. Can't get the marker off.
I bet you it's like a rally track.
Oh my God, it's got bike tires on it. It's been round the block.
Oh, God.
Honestly. People don't understand. Some of them, they don't get our humour. Do you know what I mean?
No, our humour's very,
Stella's like
very
sitting there
mortified.
recording that, ready to play it in the morning. He don't realise I don't care. I don't care. He can think what he likes about me. That's
You've got to have
why.
a humour, ain't you? You literally got to have a sense of humour. You have to.
Yeah, you have these days, because if you ain't, you're absolutely knackered, are
I mean,
you?
Stell must have a brilliant sense of humour, because you'd have to look at that face.
Oh God, yeah. Can you imagine waking up to that every morning in the mirror? Oh,
Yeah. I mean, the only time we look like that's when we look at a funhouse mirror.
Are you?
Honestly, do you know what? I really don't. I just can't digest what I'm fucking witnessing with my own eyes every single day this week, since last weekend. You'd think it'd be the end of it, but it's not. And it's got to continue to keep picking and picking at people. Well, I'm not having it. When I got off here in a minute, I'm going to fucking sort this out. Now, I'm not waiting till morning. I'm not fucking around. I'm not letting them keep thinking they can intimidate people and bully people on here. I'm not having it. I'm just simply fucking not.
You would have
Even if
thought
not, they
that arrest
actually
would
are.
have, you thought their arrest would have been a warning, wouldn't you?
Well, you'd think that, wouldn't you? But do you know what? It's got to the stage where if I have to, I'll put a complaint in about Sussex Police if they don't deal with this shit tonight. Because I'm fucking done. And I'm done with that fucking nasally fucking Annie bitch and all. Going, yeah, that Michelle and Vimto and Paul, they're doing this and they're doing that. She is a gobshite and I'm right down the road from her. So she wants to carry on. I will come and see
Have
her.
a nice cup of tea with her. That's what you'll do.
We'll have cups of tea. Maybe we'll have a slice of cake.
Yes. We'll have all
I'll
the
just
tea.
have some sugar water, mate.
Just whatever you do, sew up your pockets because we all know what Gen B's like, don't we?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well
Coming on here
said.
trying to use Baby Belle as an excuse to save her. Who does she think she fucking is?
I know.
Oh, honestly. I just
And
don't
she
know
still
what-
tries to play victim. That's what amazes me.
She's pathetic. She really is. Pathetic.
Pure has tried to ring me tonight. Pure Islam. I don't know what she wanted. I messaged her. I sent her an invite to your live and said, like, look, I'm modding at the minute. I can't
Can
answer
anyone
the
get on
phone.
Rangi's live?
I'll have a look. I'll have a look, darling. Let's have a
Yeah,
little
let's see
look.
what shit he's chatting right now this minute.
Is
Sorry,
he still
guys,
up?
about tonight. I just, honestly, I really have had enough of the whole situation. There is a severe stalker on this app, and you know, enough is enough. It needs
Right,
to
I'm
be
in
put to an
there.
end.
Oh, I will be in a minute. Oh, there we go.
Documented, video it, everything. Because one thing I've learned is if you do something right once, put it together, then everybody could get it. You see, and then they just tap, download, great, absolutely amazing. Otherwise, you're going to end up repeating yourself. I mean, the only thing I repeat on here now is the beginning. The rest of it is really open questions for any professional, anybody who thinks they are professionals. Come forward. I'm here to challenge your best. I'm here to challenge England's best of the best. The social workers, the police, the judges, your barristers.
Get
your
in there,
leaders
Michelle.
of
Go
this
on, love.
shite. Let's deal with that side of it.
He won't
Okay,
let me, and he keeps blocking me.
I want to say thank you very much myself.
Oh, the bastard. Well, tell me
To
when you've had
everybody
enough.
who's been in the comments for the whole evening, I really appreciate that. I'm really pleased that we haven't had much animosity at all, which I'm really grateful for because we don't tolerate that. I want to say a big thanks to every single person who's been joining us in the boxes.
Yeah, you look very busy, Rangi.
Right, shall I say? I really appreciate that. But the message I have that, look,
Who's that John Doe? I've
people
heard
want
of that
to have a
name.
life. People really
I don't know,
want
but he's just been in here a minute ago.
life.
Ah,
Sometimes you're caught up in the circumstances that you need to fight out of. You're stuck in a corner that you need to fight out. And while you're doing that, and everybody's caught up in that circumstances. And we need to start helping people to get out of that corner. Show them how to get out of that corner and fight back. And sometimes we might have to fight for them. Okay? And that should be what we should be doing. I dream of a life. As fortunately, I can't have one. I dream of it, and I'm hoping I can have one. And I'll just leave it to God Almighty for that. But
get on your magic carpet
you
and
just
piss
learn
off.
to get back up every day and just keep moving forward. And I'm just going to read out just one thing of how my journey started to why I'm doing this. It was like a life sentence of what I was.
Here we go. Mr. XY said this in the
So I'm just
newspaper.
going to read it out. Starts, I live a nightmare that never ends. I have many crimes to report, but they're being neglected. I suffer in a way that I cannot describe. I stand alone, but I don't know why. I wake up every day, try to be strong. Every day I pray for when I may see my son. Every
How many
night
times has he repeated this story?
I may never see my son.
I know.
Only because a social worker had changed my past.
No, Rangi.
Somewhere across the line with what I've said.
I'll show you what happened in a minute. Let's carry on listening.
You need to know that you don't have to remain silent. And where you can't talk, I can't. Where you can't stand and fight because you're using these children against you as a weapon.
You cringy motherfucker.
I will always do the safeguarding and child protection to make sure that's in place before we do this.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I really want to say thank you very much for joining us this evening.
Hang
Please
on,
stay strong,
guys.
stay
I
tuned.
come with all the receipts.
We are planning to do more lives. I'm not sure how long it's going to last because we need to start opening the news desk. So
The
from me
news
and everybody in
desk.
the boxes and the team, I'd like to say a big thank you very much for everybody again.
Yeah, piss off. There we go.
News
Lovely.
desk, though, guys. He's been saying that for 19 months. We've been waiting for this magical news desk, and it still hasn't appeared. However, here we go. Was this a man who's just said, yeah, that it's all about safeguarding? Watch this. Oh, documentation stamped by family courts. What does that say? Aurangzeb Latif, Kathleen Shaw, which is the social worker who he always talks about. Are you ready? Highlighted in yellow. During local authorities' involvement, Mr. Latif had consistently breached the court orders. In 2015, a multi-agency meeting was convened and him and both parents was there as well as advocates present to discuss problems, contacts, and Mr. Latif agreed and signed a working agreement. However, Mr. Latif refused to comply with the agreement. Look. Oh, screenshot it, quick. Do you know what I mean? Like, are you for real? Are you for real, Rangi? Tell me now, what
It's just rinse and
safeguarding?
repeat, isn't it, with him?
It is repeat, and people have the cheek here to go, Michelle just waffles. I know Michelle waffles the fucking truth, and some of you just don't like it. But you know when you get a little John Doe coming in here watching me and going into Rangi's live, don't think I didn't see it because I did. However, prime example once again, he breached court orders. His son that he refers to wrote to him and said, fuck off, I don't like you, I've got a stepdad. Well, Rangi can't handle that. So then Rangi has threatened his own son, threatened his ex-wife, and now they're in hiding. The poor lad wrote to Rangi saying he wants nothing to do with him. Now, the older kids, they're all 26, 24, and 31 or 32, one the eldest is. However, they're hardly fucking babies, are they? So, yeah, let that be a bit of a lesson learnt. Good night and God bless me, darling. I like that, Paul. But,
I've
you
been
know,
very
as I say,
haven't I, darling?
these people have all got hidden agendas, and all I'm saying is don't believe everything you hear and see on here. Just like that. Go away and look into it. You know, he come on here and painted out that the wife had beat him up for 17 years. Well, that court document states completely fucking different. So please just stop falling for the shit. Rangi is not a man of God. If he was, he wouldn't have been done, would he, for disgusting crimes? And you've all heard tonight, the police officer actually confirmed everything I've said is on his criminal record.
Rangi says he's a man of God, but then look what he says about the Bible and children. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's it as well, yeah. Do you know what I mean? We can't forget that either. So, yeah, I'm just going to say this, guys, for tonight. Thank you for listening. I am going to be a little bit quiet now for the next couple of weeks because I've got lots to do with my son's health at the minute, and he's number one priority. Both my sons are.
Don't worry, we have got new things on the horizon, and we're going to be spending this quiet time digging in deep.
Definitely, 100%. And right now, I just need to focus as well, as I say, on my son and home life. But I'm here. If anyone has got information, you know you can reach out to us. Don't give too much of your personal details out to us. We don't need all of that. We just need to know if you've been affected by any of these wrongings, how you've been affected, and what advice you need. to go and get yourself safeguarded with. It could be the police, it could be NSPCC, Bernardo's, anything that you need support with, we will put you in the right direction. Just please stop falling for these creatures online and protect yourself a little bit more. Same with friends. Now, even though I've met some amazing people on here, I'm really stressed out right now that I've got an out and out weirdo who I don't want to be friends with. I wish they'd get it in their thick skull. I was serious enough when I went to the police to get an end put to this person watching me and fucking aggravating me, but it just doesn't want to listen or learn. Now it's getting to the stage, I'm going to say this. Please just stop befriending anyone or anything on here, because what they do, you share your personal stories with one another. The moment you fall out, you'll either get blackmailed or they'll use it against you to the point you're emotionally feeling damaged, and that is bullying. That is severe bullying online. And I'm going to say now, I've seen so many things happen by this one person, and now people who have gone to the police, well, they can't speak about us. However, they're still watching us, but now they're targeting people that haven't yet been to the police. Well, right now, I'm going to do that favour. I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to let the police know now that this person clearly isn't fucking learning no lessons and is now targeting further vulnerable individuals on this app, and I ain't going to continue putting up with it. I really ain't. At least with
And let's
Randy, I'll
not
give him one
forget,
thing. Go on, Vimto,
let's not
what?
forget about let's not forget about the message I had 2 days ago saying that he was trying to obtain that other woman's details.
Yeah, yeah. So once again, I'm going to say it now. I am going ahead with this call now. Every person that has been plastered on that account, just know I am going to be letting the police know that you have fell victim to this little cheesy fucking what's it, because I'm done with that piece of shit. They're going to start learning a fucking lesson. And I'm being serious now. Because you know what? At the same time, mental health is being affected. I sit on here, do my own fucking shit, and that person coming at me from nowhere at the beginning, and it's still lurking every time we're trying to do what we have done for 19 months in peace. So yeah,
Because
sorry
he's a
guys about
Randy
all that.
supporter as well. Let's not forget him and her.
Yeah.
Caught him in the boxes again earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, honestly, I'm sick of it. I just don't know why. If it left us alone, I wouldn't be angry. But it's like it just don't want to leave us alone. And you'd think, being a grown-ass adult, it just shows the mentality of these people and how dangerous people are. No empathy, not asked about others' feelings or mental health and shit. Nah, I can't just sit here and take that, me. I don't like it. At least with Rangi and that, when I go after them, yeah, I know I'm going to get something back in return. They're coming sitting outside my house and that, do you know what I mean? But this little shit, it's more fucking head screwing when they think they can play with you online. I don't like that. Just either come and see me or fuck off. Simple as that. Because one thing I can't stand is these little creepy ass creatures thinking they're in control all the time and they're not. Seriously, and I am a little bit tipped over the edge tonight. They've got a bit of a reaction out of me, but in a minute, we'll see where that reaction's going to take me, because I'm fucking done. I'm not taking this shit every week. No one can sit in peace, get on with the little communities anymore. We're being watched, and it's getting fucking too much. At least when I'm being watched by GMP, at least I know I'm fucking doing a good thing. At least I'm delivering real criminals to them. Do you know what I mean? I'm not begging the police to go out and look for them, because I'm saying to the police, come and watch me if you want on a weekend and you'll see what I'm bringing. I don't need creepy ass little motherfuckers watching me like him or her, whatever you want to present it as. Fucking disgusting. That's what it is. With its fucking vile attitude going on about my mum, my child, everything else, and it still wants to sit here and aggravate me. Well, in a minute, we're going to find out who's well and truly aggravated. So in a minute, guys, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go and do this call. But I just want to say a massive thank you for listening tonight. Once again, just remember what you're doing, who you're turning to online, and don't hand over any personal details. You won't give your bank details to a stranger, so stop handing details online to these criminals.
Thank you for everyone that's attended this and took it in.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
thank-
appreciate it.
I mean, I hope you're enjoying the awareness and the things that are being brought to you.
There is going to be a lot more yet, guys. It's just right now, I really can't focus when I know this person's still doing what it's doing, and I just can't. So I'm going to ring the police now, get this sorted. And in the next couple of weeks, you'll start to see a lot more, especially unfold with these horrible creatures. But in the meantime, if you do need any of us, you do know you can reach out to any of us at any time, and we will always get back to you. So I'm going to say good night and God bless to every single one of you. Stay safe, and I look forward to having a catch up.
Love you both loads.
I love you too, hon. And honestly, thank you to you two as well for the support and the way you fucking put up with the shit. Because how you do it, you deserve medals. Honestly.
You found the police. Give me a bell and we'll have a chat.
Yeah,
And
I
you,
will
Paul,
do, babe. I will.
in the group.
Yeah, I will.
All right. Well, right, guys. We'll see you later. Night, night.
No,
Good
night,
night, God
darling.
bless. Good night, night, Julie. Good night, everyone. Remember, please stay safe and stop handing your information to strangers online. So, good night and God bless from us. And if you need us, you know where we are. Bye.
Later.